thinking.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Think we're good. All right. Everybody else, get into the main chat right now. I think it's starting. Can I minimize you and will you still stay there? The answer is no, you won't. So I have to embiggen you again, and I have to do what we did before with Manic. You have to stay visible somehow, like that. As long as you're visible, you won't freeze. But yep. Okay, so people are here. Welcome to the last day. We're going to exit out of Instagram. Go to YouTube, guys. This stream is ending.
Yeah.
End and save. Last. Go to our live stream. Save, share, great, good. Charge the phone. Welcome, everybody. Danny says, hello, Bird and friend. Combatroller says, Combatroller. Kaylee Arlard Watson, hello. Oh my gosh, it's Bird and Kitty. Yes.
Yes. Hello.
This time, step up from Chai from last night. Chai had like hand tracking, but Coopertom is 100% full motion tracking right now. Complete body, and I want to be like that someday. T-Rex says, this is a crossover I was never expected. I predict this is going to happen throughout the night. People are saying this could be a crossover they never expected. So, how you doing tonight? How would you like to be addressed tonight?
Just Cooper Tom.
Okay.
Yep.
So welcome, Cooper. Some people don't know, but this is not your first appearance on Regular Car Reviews.
Yes, it is not. I've been here before. Very sneaky. I've been there.
Maybe some people in the chat will know which car was his. We'll let. Can you see the chat going by?
Yes, I can see it. Yep.
Cool. Maybe some people will figure it out. So tonight, I have a figure in my mind that we need to get to with Super Chats. We got to say hello to It's Matto. He's a long-haul trucker who's going to be our fixer for RCR Australia. Tunes in every single time. He's probably driving the truck right now, chewing up diesel oil or diesel fuel and his bandwidth just to listen to this on YouTube. So anyway,
nice.
What we're going to do is try to figure out a good car for Nick. When it comes to, so Cooper, when it comes to a car for someone who will neglect maintenance,
yes,
what would you have them drive?
Honda Civic or a Toyota Corolla.
So we're going straight to the top, Honda Civic or Corolla.
Yes, that's it. Cutting out all the BS.
Have you ever worked on either of those?
I've worked on a Honda Civics, like a 2006 Honda Civic, and it was perfectly fine. Very straightforward, nothing fancy.
What sort of maintenance did you do?
Just brakes, hoses, like preventative maintenance stuff, because the car just kept running forever and ever and ever. And I was waiting for like some major things to happen, and nothing ever happened. It was just like, oh my God, we just have to put like 4 sets of brakes in this car because it's got 250,000 miles on it, and this is like the only thing we have to do to it.
Oh, I heard your phone.
Oh, it did. Where is it at? It's being sneaky. Let me turn that. No, I don't need that phone. Go away, phone.
So, it just like the meme. Let's look at that. That's the meme, right? The 2006 Honda Civic, 2006 Honda Civic, 2006 Honda Civic.
Let's see.
So we're looking on Facebook Marketplace, but I am open to other sources.
I've had amazing luck with Facebook Marketplace compared to like my old standard used to be Craigslist, and then Craigslist is kind of dying.
Yeah.
And everything's migrating to Facebook. But also, what's interesting with Facebook is like the prices are somehow better on Facebook than they are than Craigslist now.
Why do you think that is?
I have no idea. There's no rhyme or reason because it's like it's completely independent from each other. But for some reason, I guess people are just seeing more stuff for sale on Facebook, so they're guessing that some of their stuff isn't worth as much because say you want to sell a Honda Civic or like whatever, and you open up Facebook Marketplace and there's a sea of those cars,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh geez, I gotta sell this thing a little bit cheaper than everybody else. But on Craigslist, I don't think that really happens. I don't know.
What we're looking at right now is a 2002 Chevrolet Prism, which we all know is a Toyota. But people in the chat have said that we should steer clear of the A series engine from Corollas or Toyota because they consume oil.
Well, I mean, anything that gets to that age, it's like it's gonna burn oil. But then just constantly, you never have to change the oil. You just keep topping it up, and it's always fresh and clean.
Is there any truth to that?
Oh, there is. I've had many crappy cars in my past where I never actually took the drain plug out because it either leaked or burned oil so much that I just kept filling it up, and it was always clean.
What car comes to mind?
Well, I fixed it eventually, but my Volkswagen Beetle, a 74 Beetle, was leaking really bad, the valve cover gaskets, which is inexcusable because it takes literally 3 seconds to change valve cover gaskets on a Beetle. But I was just kind of like, I'll get around to it, and it's just dumping oil everywhere, and I'm just constantly filling it up.
So your valve cover gaskets, they're just the little things on the side?
Yep, there's little cork things, and you just take the screwdriver and you pop down the snap clip, and you could just change it. It's right there. There's nothing hard to get to, so it's inexcusable not to change the valve cover gaskets on a Beetle. But yeah, and I also had a Fiero that used to burn oil really bad, and people used to give me their old oil because it burned oil so bad, and they're like, I need to get rid of this, and I'm like, well, give it to me. I'll burn it in the Fiero.
Man to Dandara, and I'm doing a great job as a host by eating on mic. Man Dandara with a strange denomination, some foreign currency that says PLN10 says,
PLN.
I need ketamine to commit crimes in my 2001 Civic. What do you think that means? Why do you need...
I mean, you can commit crimes in a 2001 Honda Civic completely sober, and no one will bother you. I mean, that's the most inconspicuous car. Like, no one's... If you do some evil crime in a 2001 Honda Civic, they're going to be like, what kind of car was it? It's a Honda Civic, and it's like, it looks like that one right over there, or that one, or this one, or that one. You'll totally get away with it.
Let's look at Civic right here. And let's see. Are you technically South Jersey?
I'm South Jersey, yeah.
Right.
Well, I don't know. It's Jersey Shore. But on Craigslist, there's a Jersey Shore section, but Facebook doesn't really do that. I think it's just South Jersey.
When I get Jersey stuff, it's Central Jersey, which Lance Heinrich was telling me that some people don't believe it exists.
Oh, it's a real place. Mm-hmm. Even the governor of New Jersey said there is Central Jersey.
Mm-hmm. So we've got 2016. Our budget, by the way, Cooper, is $5,000.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's what we're looking at. $5,000. A Nick's not too hot with manual, so it's got to be an auto box. Okay.
Oh,
First
so
things
that's
is
even
always
bigger.
Go ahead.
Options.
Here we go. R title. Someone in the chat already asked, would you ever buy a car with an R title? Me, I wouldn't. What do you think?
Well, I mean, I would. I've done rebuildables and things in the past and did the salvage titles. I've done all of that stuff. So if it's done right, it's definitely a cheaper car if it's done right. But then also, get some backyard shady tree mechanics that are kind of like welding two cars together. So if you know what you're looking for and you're like a car guy, it's not really a big deal. But if you're not really a car guy and you just want to get a car, I'd personally stay away from them.
I almost want to pay you to come along next month after Philadelphia, because that's when he's going to get paid. Like, right? Are you going to Philadelphia?
Yes, I will be there.
I'll see you there.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, we got clearance. The car show's on Sunday morning.
Is a car show? Really?
Yeah, I was talking to Drain, and I helped set, like, this isn't a humble brag, but I figured out a way to set up the car show at Philadelphia because we needed to get PPA on board, Philadelphia Parking Authority on board, but I didn't contact them. I contacted the mayor's office of LGBTQ affairs and asked them, and went through the side door. And I was like, hey, I'm looking to do this at this area. Who do you know? Something like that. And then she says, oh, talk to this person. So I already had a name. I had the manager of the Gateway parking garage right next to the hotel. And then I talked to her, dropped the name for the director of the mayor's office of LGBTQ affairs, and I did a Justin Bernash move. I didn't ask permission to host a car show. I said, how do I pay for this? Or how do we pay for this?
Ooh.
So the answer, of course, is a yes. And they said, okay, you got to come into the office, fill out this voucher. There's a special voucher in the city of Philadelphia for discounted parking rates that isn't on their website. And we just totally got this discount parking rate. So I think we're getting a whole floor of that parking garage for ourselves. So low key, everybody who's looking at this, there's going to be a unofficial RCR car meet. Actually, I shouldn't say that. If I say that, it'll be overrun by RCR fans, and that no. So forget what I said. Haha. Nope. It's not happening.
Nothing.
Yeah, it's not.
Oh, so that means I should drive something weird there because I didn't know there was any car stuff at Philadelphia. So maybe.
Love to Destroy. Thank you for donation. Thank you for your donation. You are helping put Nick in a reliable Japanese car by the end of summer.
Yes. Thank you.
Love to Destiny says, I have a 2000 Ford Taurus with 250,000 miles and still running strong. Okay, when I hear running strong and not runs perfectly, I don't know. There's something about that phrase that I hear it in car ads that says run strong.
Yeah, something can run really strong on like 4 cylinders and it's a V6.
Yeah. It can run really strong with half a can of starter fluid.
It's a whole crankcase. It's just full of STP and it runs really strong.
Yeah. It runs really strong with Lucas in it.
Yeah. Right to the top. Oh.
Running strong, relatively easy to work on, and parts are very cheap. That's the thing. Nick, with his Mustang money pit, that he just kept dumping money into it because Mustang people are Mustang people. The thing is, what kind of hurt Nick with the Mustang is that he daily drives an SN95, and as that car ages, it becomes cooler. And about a year and a half ago, we were out filming one day, and he said to me, I'm getting compliments at Sheetz now and Wawa when I roll up in just my V6 Mustang. And it's like, yeah, we're passing that valley where this car becomes visually different than anything else out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, E-Rock, and thank you, P.R.J. Boner. Thank you.
So what do we got? We got CA. Sia says, I found a 2008 V6 Accord. Yes, you want the V6, not the A-Series engine. With low-ish miles for $3,000. Where can I send the link to? Send it to my Twitter DMs. So regular cars on Twitter, send it to my DMs. I'll copy and paste and put it in Chrome. E-Rock 2020 has a very strange... Are you able to scroll through stuff in VR chat, or do you just see a static feed?
I see a screen in VR. I can't interact with the screen, so it's just I'm hands off with the screen. I can't do anything.
Okay. E-Rock 2020 says, a female told me we were sexually incompatible. Sad. You know, you could always try men.
Ooh, Rocky LaRouge.
Rocky LaRouge.
$5, thank you. Resident Mazda diehard back again, recommending for the first or second gen Mazda 3. Those things don't die. I have a friend that has a Mazda 3. It's like a 2010, and it is solid. I was always iffy about Mazdas. I never had any Mazdas. I never owned any Mazdas, but my friend has this Mazda 3, stupid reliable. And then my sister picked up a 2001 Miata, and I did all the body work and the paint work on that last year, and I was running that thing around, and that is really fun to drive and easy to work on. I'm like, oh my God, I'm actually taking it back on Mazdas. Mazdas are freaking pretty good.
Oh, look at these seats. 2002 Honda Civic EX Series Coupe. Now, Nick's not too hot with manual. He can't have this, but look at those squares.
Oh, yeah.
Just those, like city
like
bus seats.
Yeah, the bus seat kind of thing. It's where it's like, okay, you're going to give the customer cloth interior, but like, you got to give them something extra. And they're like, what are we going to do? I don't know. Put squares on it. Who cares?
Yeah.
Like, there's no thought. It just has to be some kind of design. So it's just not like just acres of gray in there.
Yeah.
Just to break it up.
That rules. RJ Bonner says, Roman needs something a little quirky. Crosstour Cube, Ridgeline, Scion XB. Good luck shopping. Thank you, RJ Boner. And thank you for bonering your way into helping Nick get into a reliable Japanese car by the end of summer. Today is the last day to donate to Nick's car fund at 12 p.m. midnight tonight. That's it. It cuts off. The deal is I am giving Nick 100% of the YouTube profits from both our YouTube channels. He's going to get everything, so he's going to be able to get something. So we're keeping it realistic with a $5,000. Of course, he needs money for, daily living. So we're budgeting $5,000 for a reliable Japanese car for him. So Rocky LaRouge, Mazda 3. I like your idea. And maybe, Cooper, you can weigh in on this. I feel
Looks like I'm frozen.
jaded by the FOMOCO era, when Ford and Mazda were simpatico. So when I hear about buy a
Still, 'cause I'm looking
Mazda,
frozen
I
for
hear
some
buy a
reason.
Ford.
Uh-oh. What's going on? Discord get...
I can hear you. You're
Oh,
Yep, you're in the channel. Everything's good.
yeah.
You're in
It
the
looks like
show.
I'm frozen in the... Oh, wait, maybe it's just my live stream. Hold on a second. Maybe that's... Okay, I'm good. Yep, there we go. It was just my screen was stuck for a second. Yes, okay, so yeah, you were saying the Mazda Ford era, like with the Rangers and things like that?
Yeah. I counted Mazdas as just another Ford.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I mean, from the Japanese equivalent.
It's funny, like I'm drinking seltzer water, and the rig, tilts his head back and takes a drink when I take a drink.
It's like, Yeah, whenever I have to drink something, I have to let go of the controllers, and then my hands just go flying.
Yeah.
And so that's an indication if I'm taking a drink or something while I'm in VR.
Is there a way? Can I use VC Face to insert remote into your interview show that you do on?
I guess it would work the same way if we did the same thing with the Discord, because I'm Discording into your instance. Like, so if I opened up we did a video conference thing and you did the VC through Discord, and I can take that and I can stick that over my VR live stream, it would work the same way.
Maybe I'd have to be like visible, like on a fake TV in your like nighttime interview set, or because if I where's VC Face? Like if I back out, and I know you're on a delay, but if I back out, you see the entire rig. It'll take a minute here.
Oh.
But I don't have any like hand tracking or anything.
Oh yeah, you can see the whole thing.
Yeah. So I just kind of stand there like stoically.
Yeah, we could do that. And yeah, I can blow it up and stretch it and, make it like fit in the video stream so it looks like you're actually standing there. It will work. We can do that. We have the technology.
Awesome. Eventually I'll buy a rig with hands and something. And then hopefully, I don't know. I'll have to do that move where I've seen your show, and some people just stand behind the couch.
just stand there. Yeah, because I never fixed the seats. I made this whole late night talk show thing, and I did some update. I broke the seats so no one can sit down anymore, and it's been like that for 2 years.
For
So you
those
just have to
people,
stand there.
for those people who don't know of Cooper's past, he made the news back in the 2020 election when he made a virtual recreation of Four Seasons landscaping when the Trump campaign accidentally booked a landscaping company and not the Four Seasons wherever. And
Four Seasons. Oh, yep. That was amazing. That was a great time. Again, it was just a little joke. It was a little quick thing I whipped together for my friends to hang out in for the weekend so we could laugh at it. And I just posted a little video, and it just, boom, it went everywhere. And I was like,
U.S.
oh my God.
News. Awesome.
Yep. I had Rolling Stone contacting me. I had everybody. I was
That
like, geez.
rules. Speaking of people who rule, look who it is. It's Tony Airlines. Which president's on the 50? He's dropping down $50.
Whoa.
He says,
Nice.
hello from Los Angeles. So Tony Airlines is out flying. I just saw his updates with the little fire truck from the Bunshai Fire Brigade. He has he bought a JDM fire truck. I'm sure you've seen it.
Oh, I helped him pick it up. We drove out there to go get it.
Fuck. Right, we had that whole conversation about the way and the kind of shady way you got that thing. I'm so sorry. I forgot that was you.
No, it's fine. It's fine. But it was funny because I'm like trying to be like, hey, let's lay low. Let's get this back to the house with no problems. And he's just zipping along, playing with the siren. And I'm like, oh, my God. But we made it.
Tony has the ability to just pull invincibility stars out of the air and just do shady shit in real life, and somehow in a very Australian, she'll be right.
Yeah,
Everything
it's
just
fun.
works out.
That was me. I would drive that thing 3 feet and I get pulled over and lose my license.
Yeah. So Tony says, I hope we can find a little runaround for Nick. Any non-CVT base model, Nissan Versa. Come on. Are you trying to unload yours? I mean, if you got that thing paid off, that's not, 80,000 miles with that CVT and that Nissan Versa. That'd be like Winston shooting John Wick off the roof in John Wick 3. I wouldn't subject Nick to that.
No.
Tony Airlines also says, also excited for Philadelphia because not the first time in history a fire truck will show up to a convention for not an emergency. Shit.
There we go.
You're driving that fire truck into Philly? That rules. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait.
Nice.
Burning Water 202 says 2007 Ford Edge SEL for $1,200 for $2,500 maybe. Under any conditions, Cooper, would you drive a Ford Edge?
I had a cousin who had a Ford Edge, and it was all like riddled with electrical problems. And she eventually just gave it away. She donated it because she couldn't deal with it anymore.
Really?
So that's my only experience with a Ford Edge. If it was a Ford Flex, that's a different story. I would love to drive a Ford Flex.
I don't even know what an Edge looks like. I have to look it up.
The Edge is like, it's kind of like a Flex, but if they squished it and made it wider and made it more not square, it's like that wide, short hatchback thing, SUV. Very 2010-ish.
Yeah. This is very Ann Carr. I'm looking at one right now.
Yep.
Look at that. It's just...
It's
It can
Ford's
be anything.
equivalent of the Chrysler Pacifica.
Huh. It sure is a car. Look at that.
It's a car.
Look at the back of that. There's no way you can't put any cargo into that thing.
No.
It's just so raked in the back. The only way you can put any sort of cargo in, the rake begins at the middle of the rear axle. So you have all this space. You have the space. It's just useless.
It's like, I want to drive an SUV, but I don't want an SUV, but I don't want to drive a car.
Yeah.
I need something big and safe, but I don't want it to be a big truck.
Look at that waste. Look at that waste of air. What a dumb machine. Some more super chats coming in. Thank you to everybody who's helping put Nick in a reliable Japanese car by 12 p.m. tonight.
Yes.
Number one, Nameless Ranger fan says $4.99. I saw Nick was seeking traditional employment online. Is everything going okay without going into personal detail? Number one, Nameless fan, I'm going to say 2 words, Caleb Hammer. If you know what I mean when I say Caleb Hammer, Nick has a Caleb Hammer situation. That's what's going on that I wasn't aware of. So there are things that I can't fix, but we can fix his Money Pit Mustang. That goes away. Some RCR fan was willing to buy it. We put him in, best case scenario, a beige on beige, or as Matt Farah called it, Jewish Racing Gold, Toyota Camry, or the equivalent. There's a Lexus version of the Camry. It's not coming to me at the moment. There's a Lexus Corolla too. It's like the Lexus ES 250 or something. Or
there's a
Lexus
250,
ES3.
and then there's like a 400.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like a fully loaded, like Camry.
Something like that. That's what's going on. Roy O. Fox just says bird with the yes. You say bird and all the birds appear. I'm glad I chose being a bird.
Bird and all the birds appear every time you say bird. Remember that song?
Nope. What's that?
It's the bird song.
Oh, okay. Just a
ES300. That's it. Yep.
Thank you. ES300. Just a Commander with a generous donation says, a little bit more cash for Nick's car. I wanted to say today's video was great. Yeah. We had a macro joke toward the end. You had to stick around to find that one. Although we are going to make short form content off of that. Caught me a bit of off guard and it was hilarious. Thanks for the laugh. Also, recent got a 2019 Outback out here, loving having a wagon. Yeah, once they went to it's the FB motor, right, Cooper?
I have no idea. My parents have a Forester. I don't know exactly. I'm not like a super Subaru guy, so I have no idea the engine codes. But they like their Forester, though. It's like a 2004, 2005.
Oh, okay. Oh, 04, 05. That's when they were not using multi-layer steel head gaskets. They were using graphite-coated paper head gaskets.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're waiting. We're waiting for that day when the water breaks.
Yeah. Okay, I wish I had hand controls here. I mean, maybe I can do it. Hold on. I think I can do it manually. Settings. General settings.
Finger skates. Hello. Thank you for the $4.99.
Okay, here we go with arm angle.
Oh, I see your menu showing.
There we go. Okay, there's the arm angle. All right. So I'm using the wing hands here. This is the normal position on a Subaru when temperature is normal. When your head gaskets start to blow, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Your temperature gauge moves this much, just slightly up. It's like this setting because, of course, it's not a real temperature gauge. It just has like pre-programmed positions into it. Because like modern people, if they see it's not like in the 60s, like the 50s and 60s where a temperature gauge was a true temperature gauge.
Yeah, and a mechanical thing was going on to move the needle.
Yeah. Oh no, my temperature is going up. It's like, relax, the car's not moving. It went up a little bit. So modern temperature gauges, they allow a lot of buffer zone, a lot of dead zone to stop people freaking out. But Subaru temperature gauges, water temp gauges, when they start to blow their head gasket, it's almost the entire width of the needle. It moves up just a little bit. And that says, hey now, You're starting because they blow their head. They blow their head gaskets slowly.
Very slow.
But
because we've had multiple Foresters, and when you see that little drip in the driveway, it's like, okay, it's time to go on freaking Craigslist for you.
Yep. You're always suspicious of any Subaru with an EJ engine that's being sold with 95,000 miles or 195,000 miles.
That's it. That's the breaking points.
It's like, yeah, I know.
My parents' car is at like 90,000 right now. So it's like, if we can get past that next 10, 15,000 miles, we're good.
Yeah. But this person who has the 2019 Outback, by that time, they're the MLS gaskets, the multi-layer steel, and supposedly you're good. As long as you keep adding the Subaru sauce, there's this additive that you put in the cooling system that supposedly keeps everything copacetic. Oh. Steve Greer says, not a bad choice, Honda Civic Coupe. A Vibe would be more useful vehicle. I agree. The Pontiac Vibe. The heartbeat of Japan.
Yep. Yeah, the Vibes, I've known someone with a Vibe, and yeah, they had over 200,000 miles on it. Really no major issues. So Vibes are pretty, but definitely the CVT thing. I've seen people mention the CVT. It's like, yeah, like no CVT, nothing CVT. Like, don't even consider it.
Oh man, too bad this is manual and Nick's not super hot. This one says 2005 Pontiac Vibe. I'm posting for my mother-in-law. She bought the car brand new in 2005. Newer, put new tires on it. Not sure how many miles are on it. Definitely less than 2,000 miles. Questions, just message me. $3,500.
Why are we finding all these amazing manual transmission cars right now? Like, when I'm looking for manual stuff, because I'm always, it's the obvious manual things. But now here's like, oh, a manual Vibe. Are we going to find a manual PT Cruiser next? And a manual Honda CRV and stuff like all those crazy things?
Wait a minute. What sort of stickers do you have on the back of this? It says, I drive a stick, get off my ass.
What? Where? Is it
Did
there?
your mother-in-law put that on? Or did you put that on? Not you, but... Lena Lynn?
That is like a safety sticker. Like you put that, that's for someone that's not very like confident with driving stick. So they're like, let me put a sticker back there so you can't get mad at me. Like if I stall it or something or can't find the gear.
Something's up with Lena Lynn. What? Are you just selling stuff? Okay. What is up
Lena
with the
Lynn
Yamaha
has a quad.
baby shoes, the Vibe? One of these portable air conditioners that doesn't work. A pontoon boat. And one of those early 2000s glass TV stands that you have in your college apartment. What? Are you just... There's a red flag here. I don't know what it is. Rocky LaRouge says, oh, by the way, super psyched that you reviewed the C30. A C30. Thank you. Yeah, I like that car. I like the C30. And thank you for your donation. You're helping put Nick in a reliable Japanese car by the end of the year. Toast88 says, any plans to return to EAA? That's Oshkosh, the big air show. I live in the area. It'd be super cool for RCR to do some kind of meetup there. Sadly, had a bad EAA this year. Sadly, had a bad EAA year this year. I don't know if they wanted to get thunderstorms or something. Greg International is there, and probably, no, he's already home, but he was there. He goes every year. EAA Cooper is this big air show out in Wisconsin, I think.
Oh, nice.
I went one year with Tony Airlines. It was neat. We shot all this video. It's on my laptop. I still have to make the video. So the video is going to be from Oshkosh from like 2 years ago. We're just going to make fun of planes. But since I don't know planes from peanuts, I don't know how to make fun of this stuff, but I will do it.
Look at this plane with its wings flying around.
Yeah. Oh, boy. This looks like it takes aviation gas.
I bet you this plane flies really high.
I bet it goes in the air like really good.
That's my extent of airplanes. I'm clueless about airplanes.
Will you touch my pee-pee up there? Will you feel the inside of my thighs like Javier Bardem in Skyfall? Toasta with a $5 donation, thank you, says just get a RAV4, bro. That is also a good choice.
Yeah, RAV4s though sometimes are like really expensive for some reason.
Yeah.
Like they hold their value like incredibly well.
Right. 2011 for $15,000. 2011 for $9,500. Are we going to be able to find one for under for like 5,500 and talk the guy down and offer 5? All right. Wharton, New Jersey. What's wrong with this car for $2,500? All right. Seller's description. Only cash, sold as is. New brakes and brake pads were added in January. New tires. What's wrong with it? Check it. All right. Throw in codes.
Uh-huh.
What do we got here? First of all, can't take a picture of the car in total.
Yep, nope. It's impossible. It's so big. I mean, there's no way to take a picture of the whole thing.
It's not like you can walk to the other side of the street. All right, your driver's seat isn't beat up. What's going on here?
Now, throwing codes, that could be, I can't see that the text is a little too, did they give you the codes themselves or it's just?
No. So, if you don't know, I'm just going to assume misfire.
Engine misfire, which could be low compression, which could be also head gaskets.
Yeah.
But it also could be something simple like, a coil pack.
They posted a picture of a invoice from Montoya Tires and Repair, Dover, New Jersey. Just like, oh, the brakes were real.
Oh, like
and
he
then
did
that's
the brakes,
it.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that could be anything.
Yeah, my
now,
brother
something
drove
like that. If I was gonna go buy it, I'd bring the scan tool with me and go, okay, that's what it is. Like,
yeah, buy.
Oh, really? It would take them 2 seconds to tell you what the engine code is.
Oh, look at this Gen 1.
Those, I love those.
Oh, son of a bitch, this is awesome. Edison, New Jersey. That's like Staten Islandish?
No, well, it's a little bit like it's on the Jersey side, kind of like right outside where the bridge comes off of Staten Island. So yeah, like 287 Parkway area.
Like near Perth Amboy?
Yeah, that's where that is. Yep.
Clean Carfax 2000 Toyota RAV4 116,000 miles, clean title. I mean, bro.
See, now I would totally love to mess around with something like that.
Yeah.
But for Roman, it's a little bit too old. Even though it's really cool and looks in good shape, it's like a lot of weird things can happen.
Yeah.
Like evaporative emission solenoids can go bad, and he gets that at age, and you start getting like evap leaks and all sorts of things like that.
Yeah, all the bits and rubber, the rubber bits.
Yeah. It's in good shape though.
Mad Palindrome, thank you for the donation, says, here's for Roman, consider a FF14. What are you talking about? What's an FF14?
What is an FF14?
Final Fantasy? Oh,
You
they
can
have the
drive
best
Final
cat
Fantasy.
boys. Okay. Yeah. Sia says, link has been sent. My username is QAA something 69 nice. Okay. Then let me find my Twitter and go to my DMs. Message requests.
Thank you, Hunter Edwards. Mazda 3 with Skyactiv drivetrain. Super reliable, don't rust, don't hold value. Yeah, I don't know. When I see the word Skyactiv, even though that might be a good thing, it just sounds like something that's going to break and it's going to be really expensive. It just sounds like a scary word when a vehicle gets old.
Yeah.
Skyactiv. I don't like the sound of that.
That's Mazda, right?
Yeah.
That's their direct gasoline injection, I right?
Oh, maybe. Yeah. And that's a ball of problems too now with people with the dirty intake valves and all sorts of stuff because it's gumming up everything and you have to like blast out the heads with like walnut shells like every
Mm,
100,000 miles and oh my God. It's like they figured out fuel injection a long time ago. But then they go ahead and they just have to change one thing and make it more complicated.
yeah. Alpha Loan says, good luck with balancing fun and reliability on a $5,000 budget. I know it's tough. 5,000 is the new 1,000.
Well,
Maybe ring up Mr. Slavinsky and offer him his Civic SI, right? Good, nice. That's a nice pull. Thank you with the £5. You're
oh,
helping
British
Nick on
pounds.
his way.
Yeah. I mean, my sister did end up getting a 2001 Miata. I mean, it's automatic, but for like $2,300. I mean, it had like 120,000 miles on it, but that was a pretty good deal. So you can have a fun car on the cheap sometimes if you look.
Yeah. So Finger Steaks doesn't have a question, but thank you for $4.99. Thank you for helping Nick out, putting him in a nice, reliable Japanese car. Omni says, will these $5 get us 15 seconds of ASMR? Why, indeed it will. Let me make sure I'm right up here on this mic. And let's have a look. Let's give me weather. Let's give me a town, Cooper.
Town, let's see, Cape May, New Jersey.
And now your local weather, accurate and dependable from the Weather Channel. And now your local forecast for Cape May, New Jersey. Currently, the temperature is 71 degrees. Precipitation, 3%. Humidity, 96%. Winds, doesn't give me the direction it should. Winds, 8 miles an hour. And on Tuesday, the high will be 78 degrees, with a low of 63. Coastal Flood Advisory. The Coastal Flood Advisory remains in effect until midnight tonight. Up to 1 foot of induction above ground level in low-lying areas, near shorelines and tidal waterways. This affects the communities of Delaware, Kent, inland Sussex, and Delaware beaches. In New Jersey, Cumberland, Cape May, and Atlantic coastal Cape May. At this level, flooding begins on the most vulnerable roads in coastal and bayside communities and among inland tidal waterways. Some partial or full road closures are possible. Another round of minor coastal flooding may occur with Tuesday evening's high tide cycle. I could go on. Thank you.
Yes.
I want to go get some more food in my face and some more liquor in my brain. Wait, where's my expression? In my brain.
Yes.
Cooper, you are free to read the chat as you wish. It's your show now.
entertain the
I'll be
chat.
back in a little bit.
Yes. So, look at that. See, I can't do the ASMR thing because the way the headset is, it's physically impossible for me to get nice and smooth and buttery close to the microphone like that. Does he need a 4-door or is he sticking with 2-door? I don't know. I mean, personally, myself, I would stick with a 2-door. I'm not a family man or anything, so I would always try to get a 4-door over. I mean, always try to get a 2-door over a 4-door. But definitely has to be an automatic. So, Rocky Rouge, hello, how's it going? Yeah, his soul left his body. Look at this. It's just a shell of himself. Did you go to FWA this year? No, nope, I did not go to FWA this year. Yeah. You may not be able to pull off ASMR, but you got full body tracking, which is awesome. Thank you. Yes, I like moving my hands and arms around just like my grandmother. Look at that. It's amazing. Ford Freestyle and the Ford Taurus. Yeah, I don't. No, actually, the Ford Taurus. My family had my dad purchased a Ford Taurus. It was garage kept, one owner, everything. It was a 1988 or an 87 Ford Taurus. It looked spotless. It was absolutely spotless. And this is back like in the maybe early 2000s, mid 2000s. So it was an older car, but it had low mileage. We're like, oh, this is great. And we start driving it home, and the oil pressure keeps dropping and dropping and dropping. It turns out the original owner used to take the car to a gas station and say that they were getting an oil change. And it turns out the gas station was not changing the oil. So the car had like 30, 40,000 miles on it, and it had never had the oil change since 1988. Still had the factory oil in it probably. And we're like, well, that car is junk. And we gave it to my uncle, and it ran fine. And he said, hey, you can have this car. Not guaranteeing anything, saying maybe you'll get a month out of it, maybe you'll get 2 months out of it, who knows. And he still actually has that car to this day. He still uses it. He drives it. He drove it. He put like 200-something thousand miles on it. He drove it out across country. And he was like, I'm going to drive this car till it blows up. And he just kept driving across country. And wherever it blows up, he's going to fly home. He got to South Dakota, and he's like, I got to turn around. This thing is not dying. And he turned around and drove the car all the way back to New Jersey. It's like, that is insane. Like, and he still has it. He uses to haul firewood around on a farm up in New York somewhere. So, like, Ford Tauruses, even though they're nothing really, amazing to look at, some of them you might get a good one. Who knows? 2005 Chevy Monte Carlo SS. Yeah, those are pretty good. I don't know. It was the 2005 Chevy Monte Carlo. I think that had like the 3800 in it with like the plastic intake gaskets, and they'd start leaking and stuff. Cause I remember I had to do work on was that 2003 or 2004 Oldsmobile Alero, and the intake manifold gaskets were leaking on that thing, and I was like, this is ridiculous. And the car didn't even have a lot of miles on it at the time, and we had to do all this work. Such a pain. Yeah, Mercury Sable too. Oh man, as a kid growing up in the 80s, when the Mercury Sable, that was the cooler, the Taurus, it had that light bar. The whole front of the car lit up. Oh my God, that looked so futuristic. And I was like, why don't all cars do that? How did the Mercury Sable get away with saying, hey, we're going to make the whole front of the grille a light? Is that totally like legal or DOT approved? I don't know. It seems like it wouldn't be a thing, but it is. The early 2000 Grand Ams. Yeah, like that's the same platform. That was the same platform as the Oldsmobile Alero. I think also, the Monte Carlos. I think, I don't know what the platform was on those things, but yeah. Actually, I really like when they brought back the Monte Carlo, and it still had like that Chevy Lumina body, like the 2000 Monte Carlos. Those were pretty cool looking. I like those. It was like pretty stylish for the time, especially like late 90s, early 2000s. So, the late model Monte Carlo was the W body. There was I think a TikTok or some type of YouTube channel. I can't remember what it was, but there was people that were buying up cheap GM W bodies and just beating the crap out of them and just like blowing them up and crashing them into each other because they were so cheap. And it was, I can't remember what channel that was. It was so funny. It was just like, hey, I got this Monte Carlo for $1,000. And then someone he's showing it off, and then someone shows up and smashes into him in like an Oldsmobile Alero. And he's like, oh, I got this. It was like, I'm like, you know what? You're right. These W body cars are like dirt cheap now. Oh, it was crazy.
I heard you from the kitchen talking about the light bars on the Mercury Sable.
Yeah,
have you?
That was fancy stuff.
Did you see them? It's either TikTok or Instagram Reels, and a few people have pried the light bars off of those things, retrofitted them with multicolor LEDs, and having a sweep from side to side.
That is genius.
Yeah.
Oh man, I did see that with somebody took the taillights out of he had the Mitsubishi Eclipse, but it was the Eagle Talon.
Yeah.
So it had the backlight was all one big light, and he put LED panels and made the entire thing light up. And even when it was new, the entire thing didn't light up because the middle piece was just a fake trim that looked like a light. But he had it hooked up to his stereo, and the thing would do a whole light show. It was ridiculous. Evan P, thank you for $20.
images. This is not what I've seen. I've seen people taking the light bar off the Mercury Sable. You know how Kit from Knight Rider would have the sweep from side to side?
Yeah, the scanning back and forth.
Imagine that, but rainbow and gay.
God, imagine, like, it's Knight Rider, but with a Mercury Sable, and he can't really solve anything because it's just a regular car. And it's just, even though the 84 Firebird was nothing to shake a stick at, but a Mercury Sable, come on.
Yeah. So, Band and Chugs OF, thank you for the donation. Just says, never donated before, but RCR has been my favorite channel for years now. Oh, thank you so much. Best of luck for Roman for finding a car. By the way, what do you think of the Mercury Mercure? All right, like the XR4 Ti? Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah.
I've never driven one. I've walked past them at car shows. I've seen them at Radwood. But
They are. It's weird. It was like because my friend had one when I was in high school, and I drove it, and it was just like it was quick, but like the turbo, it just needed a lot. It had a lot of turbo lag, typical with like the '80s cars.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember it was the funniest power braking car that he ever owned. Like you would power brake this Mercure, and the tire wouldn't do anything. The engine would rev up, and the tire would sit there, and then then you hear the turbo going. And then the tire would slowly go, and would just start picking up speed. You had to give it a couple of seconds, but it would power brake.
Is there a front wheel drive or rear?
Those I think is it front wheel drive? I think. Yeah, or is it wheel drive? I can't remember.
Well, consult the Oracle, I suppose. We're gonna get through some more of these super chats. Does the 2024 I have no idea. Modern cars. Does the 2024 Ford Edge have an ST model? If not, can't go wrong with the titanium. Hey, you want to buy a new Ford and pay what they want and have to deal with ignition and turbos and a bunch of stuff. That's all you, man. You know, I think leasing is a terrible idea, but if you are just going to lease a car, fine, go ahead.
I mean, the only thing that's sensible to lease is like a Land Rover.
Hell yeah.
Because that's the only time it'll be fully functional and give it back before it breaks.
You're so right about that. But thank you so much for donating to put Nick in a reliable Japanese car by the end of the summer. We are almost there. Scrub, actually, maybe let me just have a look in this. Oh, I closed it. Oh. Sometimes I can get a feed of what is going on, and the answer is, one moment. Maybe not. No, it doesn't show. So I'm not going to know. Oh, well. One new message request on Twitter. Steve Wolf. I don't know about this. Cooper, you're going to have to weigh in on this suggestion. I like the way this guy's thinking, but this is a low miles car. Here it comes. It's a 2003 Ford Focus.
Okay.
With 54,000 miles on it.
Ooh, okay. That's pretty good.
Beige on beige.
That's a reliable color, yes.
I think that's a single overhead cam even.
Now, I've had relatives with this type of Ford Focus, and they had gotten a ton of miles out of it. So if that's the real mileage, that's pretty good.
Man. I like how they tried to do the Mercury Sable Ford Taurus of the era and have the blob head unit, but they just said, fuck it, doubled in.
It's like, Oh wait, so it's a double din hole inside the blob trim.
Yeah.
Ooh, I didn't know they actually did that because I think yeah, because yeah, that Ford thing, the buttons were just zany. They were everywhere. They were just
Yeah.
like, you're like, good luck putting a radio in this. I
Yeah.
dare you.
So it looks like you were fucked if you bought a Sable or Taurus, but if you bought the cheaper one, it was future proof.
They cut you some slack.
I mean, it's a shitty car, but
That's a pretty good car. I mean, it doesn't look like it was beat on. It looks like legit. Like the mileage is you know,
yeah, like,
they're not BSing.
well, on the other hand, he'd be selling an '04 Mustang for an '04 Focus.
But how many miles are on the Mustang?
I don't know, 190 to 200.
Yeah, see, there you go.
Sean, Scrub doesn't have a question, but thank you for $20. I appreciate that, putting Nick in a reliable Japanese car. Sean Brewer says, I can't give... every little bit helps. Thanks, Sean. We really appreciate that. Rocky LaRude says, the Pontiac Vibe Toyota Matrix is nigh on destructible. Yeah, that's probably, in my mind, that's like the silver medal. The V6 Camry's number one, but Pontiac Matrix Vibe, that's number two. Weatherbox with a generous donation and also the first time ever donating to RCR. Thank you so much. Good luck with the car, Nick. I picked up a 2000. Ooh, so that was just like the rad one we were looking at. A 2000 RAV4 from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania in February, taking it to Calgary, Alberta.
That's a trip.
I'm assuming you mean Calgary, Alberta. Next month, great little car. I agree. But I also agree with Cooper, like, you're still buying a 23-year-old car.
A lot of rubber pieces. Man. If I needed a cool, sensible, reliable car that was like, had a little bit of character, it'd be cool to find like an early 2000s Corolla wagon with a 5-speed. Did they even
Hell
make
yeah.
that?
Tercel. Let me just type it in, see if it, Tercel wagon.
Oh, a Tercel wagon, that would be like the 80s one, the little truck thing that they make. But
Yeah.
a Corolla wagon.
Corolla wagon existed?
Yeah. I think they made those up till 2003, 2004.
Well, here's a... okay, look at this. $1 million.
$1 million.
All right. Just chime in with the wheels, because the wheels say, ooh, 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 ooh. Okay, wait a minute. Whoa, whoa, whoa. This is the second ad is from... Is this from BeamMG? What? It's like some video game
That doesn't...
picture?
Those wheels physically do not exist on that car.
What is going on here? Testing the water, hey.
I don't know what that is. So are people selling hypothetical cars now?
Oh my goodness. I don't... But you didn't make your car in some sort... What video game is even in this? It looks like it was something that you would play from Windows XP.
It's like Midtown Madness.
Yeah. It's like it was programmed in DOS or something like that. But there's human beings in it. This is like Driver, You're the Wheelman on PS1.
Oh, I love that one.
Yeah. God, that was a hard game. That was so difficult.
That was literally white knuckle driving because those last missions are like, can't screw up. You can't screw up.
You
This
can't
is
make
it.
one mistake.
Yeah.
Here's another great Tercel wagon with limo tint, lowered, slammed. This is where all the good cars went, man.
All the wagons.
They just became these hoopties. I want to know the rationale behind I'm going to buy a car, a shitty car, and look like I'm rich. Has to be cultural. Look at this cool 83 Corolla. And again with the wheels. This is clean, though. Oh, God,
Yeah, sometimes I'll come across some of these really old wagons and like Ultra Cells and stuff, and they have these crazy wheels. And I'm like, you know what? If I buy that, I would be the psycho looking for the original steel wheels.
Yeah.
Put it back the way it was.
Steve Greer with a donation. Thank you. Thank you for helping Nick out. If you are okay with American cars, again, we're kind of steering clear of it. 05 to 07 Focus uses the 2-liter Duratec, which is a non-variable valve timing Mazda engine and a 4-speed sludge box. Fairly reliable, good miles per gallon. Could be a wagon or sedan, 3 to 5 door hatch. Yes, I like your idea, but again, getting Nick out of the Ford world.
Yeah, you can, kill two birds, pardon the expression, with one stone. Get him out of the Ford, get him into another car that's completely away from the Ford. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, what's up with this? Raritan, New Jersey. Where's Raritan, New Jersey?
Raritan is North Jersey.
Okay. Well, yeah, no rips in the interior. See, immediately, I always look at the bolstering right there on the driver's seat.
Getting in and out of the car.
Yeah.
Ooh, we got 5,000 Chilean pesos.
200 grand on the engine.
Oh, yep, no, that's it's done for.
Calming, keep up the momentum, Nick. Can you give us Noodles Extra MSG? You've been here every night, Noodles. Thank you so much. Keep the
Noodles is here? Noodles Dragon?
Do you know this person?
Yeah.
Who's Noodles Dragon?
If that's the Noodles I'm thinking of, the Red Dragon? If it is, hello.
Do they go by anything else?
I only know them as Noodles Dragon.
See, I have to be careful now if I click on something.
Oh, that's going to be impossible because it's going to be like a million restaurants. It's going to be like Noodles Dragon fursuit, maybe.
Yeah.
Ronnie Noodles. That's right. It's Ronnie Noodles.
Oh, I've seen this person. Is this you? This person? Brazil
Ronnie
Furfest?
is Noodle Dragon. Yeah, there he is.
So he's from Brazil? For real? Or did he just went to Brazil?
I don't know about the Brazil thing. Unless he visited Brazil. I mean,
saw
him at MFF.
Okay. Is this somebody with them? Or them posing with the head?
I don't know. It's one of those situations where I've only seen them in suit, so that's the only way I can know. Like that's how I reference them, so I have no idea.
Yeah, that's the car equivalent of I don't know what this guy looks like, and I don't know his name, but I know his car.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. Keep up the momentum, Nick, says Noodles Extra MSG. Can you give the Lexus RX one more chance? Oh, come on, dude. It's a RAV4 with the V6. That's it. If not, how about a first-gen Hyundai Tucson? No. Tucson V6, the ugly ducking, no. See, Hyundai Kia really only got good in like the past 5 years. Like, where they're like, we're not fucking around anymore.
Yeah, like the first-gen Tucsons, like, they looked kind of wacky and like unusual, but yeah, they're just riddled with like, I've heard they had problems with timing belts and bearings and all sorts of things.
Yeah. That was when Hyundai Kia was trying to compete on price and not finding their new groove or their new slide. It's like, what was their first big, not the Equus, because the Equus was like a luxury car that didn't really catch on in the United States, but it was like the Kia Stinger When that came out, people were like, "Wait a minute, this is Kia?"
Yeah, I really like the Stinger, but again,
Yeah.
I don't think I'd ever buy one unless it was like really, really cheap. But like,
Yeah.
I like the idea of the Stinger.
Yeah. So Calming Blue, no question, but thank you so much for the 5. Altuda, I'm sorry, I'm gonna. Oh man. Oh man. Calming Ketchup. I'm trying my best, man. Love the channel. Please get something reliable. Yes, we will get something reliable. We will film it for the show. And thank you so much for donating to help Nick get into a reliable Japanese car by the end of summer. Thank you so much. Hunter Edwards says, my recommendation, again, people with the Mazda 3s. Why do you think people are...
I've ridden in them, and they, even like the one I was in was like a 2010. It was a simple, well-built car. It was really, there was nothing not to hate about it. It was just like, okay, like it's a 5-door hatchback. It's useful and it runs good. But again, though, this is a couple of years ago, so I don't know how they are getting older wise, like, but you still see a lot of them on the road.
Oh, Cooper, look at this.
Ooh, Camry wagon.
East
Love
Brunswick,
those.
New Jersey.
And 7,500. That's like, I know what I have.
I don't know if this guy would go down to 5.
How long has it been on there?
4 weeks.
4 weeks?
This guy is a nerd. The whole wagon. Oh, bro.
He knows. He knows what he's doing.
He knows. Oh, this
It's not like, oh, we're getting rid of the old family wagon. Let's put it on Facebook Marketplace.
Wait a minute. Oh, did you put coilovers on this?
This guy
is this thing going to ride like shit?
Oh, it's going to be bouncing all over the place. Yeah, that's not stock anymore.
All right. Always kept since wrap? Is this car
they
wrapped?
It? White?
Well, you fooled me.
Oh,
fully restored, which is bullshit.
No, vinyl wrapped and fully restored don't belong in this. That's not how you do it.
Yeah.
No, too much messing around with that car.
Yeah. I mean, excellent. Got me all excited there, hot and bothered. Hunter Edwards said, yeah, stay away from Ford engines. Don't rust, but don't hold value. That weird thing. Mazda 3 feels like I'm going to the Sands Casino in Allentown for that. Like, maybe you'll get good, but I don't know. When you go Mazda. Someone really was trolling me again. We got to get to that one. Where were we? We got to scroll back up. Ethan P. saw the title. Here you go, Nick. W-Body Supercharged Monte Carlo SS is too cool. Wanted one is for my first car when I was in middle school. Keep up the great work, you guys. What are your thoughts about the Supercharged Monte Carlo SS?
It sounds cool. It sounds pretty cool on paper. Realistically, as an everyday driver, probably not so much. It's just more crap to brake on a car that's already kind of has crap to brake on it. So unless you're like a motorhead, musclehead kind of guy that wants to take that on the weekends, I would kind of steer clear from those things.
Ugh. It existed in this brief period of early 2004 Bush era. We're winning the war. Bush is reelected. I'm sure it'll be over soon. America's back.
Well, didn't you had a video of the one where someone had one and you actually took it out on the track and were like really pushing it to race it. And it was just like overheating and it's like not really meant to do that. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I didn't take it out, but they showed me footage of them taking it out. I don't know if it was at Watkins Glen or New Jersey Motorsports Park or something. I think this is the Dale Jr. one. Yeah, because this is number 8. Earnhardt, his dad, was number 3.
Mm.
I need a better analogy for lipstick on a pig with these cards. It's like, yes, it's forced induction. But I wonder, maybe it's because these things were so hyped, because it's the same 3800 that was in the Buick Regal GS, right?
Maybe, yeah. I think, and that's the weird thing. Now, when I think of the the Regal GS, I'm like, that's a great car.
Yeah.
Like,
I guess it is, because GM brought GM with Buick, especially in the 2000s, they brought their A game with the Buicks, where the Chevys were like, this thing's going to fall apart. Who gives a shit? So thank you, Evan P. Nyhan's Goofy Videos doesn't have a question, just says Cato.
Meow. Yes.
Meow.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. I totally understood that. Yes.
Colin Davis says, hey, Mr. Regular, I've been a fan since your Grand National review. Love a Grand National. And I hope this goes toward Roman's dream Autobox cashmere metallic Corolla. Yes. Beige on beige, silver beige brown, total NPC car that will never die. Yeah. G Phaser says, I just got a 2020 Subaru Impreza hatch with a manual. Great choice. Great choice. Based on your time in the 2019, what RPM speed range is best for changing? I don't know. It's whenever you push the clutch in. It's a modern car. What speed range should I choose?
Like, it's just the power band, where you're feeling it, and it's just like, all right, that's your sweet spot.
It's like, dude, it's an economy car. Just pick a spot. You're fine. You can short shift the shit out of these things. I did in mine. I don't know, 1,500 RPM. Literally just next gear.
Drive it like a V8.
Yeah, just next gear. It'll take it. It's fine. 1,500 to 200. And honestly, 1,500 to 2,000. And even that's too much. It's just shift when it starts making power and then doesn't again. That's how you shift. Yep. That's how you shift when you're Subaru, when you're going around town. And when you go out on the highway, it turns gasoline into noise.
It just goes, and that's it. Like, all right, time to shift.
Yeah. I kind of feel bad that the FB engines in Subarus don't make the Subaru growl like the EG. What is it? The EG engines?
Don't know.
Should I
any
own
Subaru
one?
things? The only thing is, if I wanted a Subaru, I want to get a Subaru XT, the little wedge one with the asymmetrical steering wheel. I want one of those so bad.
Oh, so good. Let's have a look. Oh, yeah. 1980. Is this like an old article? 1985 Subaru XT turbo embraces the strange.
Yeah.
Oh, so this is like a retro. They just pulled the copy from an 85 issues of Car and Driver.
Yeah, those are official. Like from the car was new. There was one, I think Subaru helped them restore it or something like that. But yeah, I always loved those cars.
God, that thing rules.
It was interesting because years ago I was talking with a coworker who bought one of those brand new back in the 80s.
Yeah.
And he absolutely hated it.
Aww.
And he was constantly bringing it back because the way the exhaust manifold was designed, it would just crack. And he'd bring it back in and they'd replace it and it would crack. And it would just heat up and crack. And it was like, and he just could never fix it. And he just got rid of it. So it was like such a weird thing.
It seems like something like an aftermarket support. Or just find a guy to weld you up.
Yeah.
Because we're just talking about headers, right?
Yeah, right? You could get some custom headers.
Yeah. Yeah. Look how much ground clearance there is on a sports car like that.
And it was adaptive too. Like you could hit a button and it would raise up and
Fuck
it would
off.
lower, and
Really?
it did all that stuff back then.
That shit rules.
And it had the digital display with the little digital road. It looked like a video game on the screen. It had a digital horizon on the gauge cluster. Oh my God. And some of them even came with like the center of the roof came out like a target top,
Yeah.
but it was like a giant metal panel that you could just unclip from the middle. Like that was amazing. Oh, what the heck is that? Oh, JDM. That's
Yeah.
why I'm like, wait a minute.
It totally is a Camry wagon from the early,
Yes.
from like 96, but just a little extra weirdness with the right-hand drive. I'd rock that, but I'm sure most of it is the same, but every now and again something's going to be fucked up.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
from something like that, yeah, I'm guessing all the underpinnings, like if you need to do the front end and the ball joints and stuff like that, you should be okay.
Oh, your steering rack's going to be backwards.
But yeah, the steering rack, the brake lines, the brake booster, like all that stuff's going to be wacky.
Yeah. PNW Vibes, you're trolling me, right? You say thoughts on a North Star Cadillac? I would rather get AIDS. That's really bad. But you could give me a triple cocktail and I'd probably be fine. But if you give me a North Star Cadillac, you've just given me a bill of $7,000 for new head gaskets.
Oh, man.
I'm sorry, that was in very bad taste.
Working man games. Cooper, you got me into Porsche 928s. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry.
How many do you have?
I have only one now. I actually sold the black one a couple days ago. So I am now only owning one Porsche 928, which is more sensible.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the main reasons of selling the other Porsche was because I didn't want to do the seats. I didn't want to do the interior on it because that was the hardest interior job I ever did in my life on the gold Porsche. And in the black Porsche, I did all the body work and the paint work, and it came time to do the seats. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to sell this thing for some crazy price and see what happens. And someone came along, and I'm like, here you go. Thank God I don't have to do those seats.
What do we got here? We got a 2004 Toyota Corolla in Dover, New Jersey. 150,000 miles. That seems too on the nose. But, oh shit, motherfucker, windy windows? One less thing to break.
Yep. Again, it's one of those things because it's 150,000 miles, which is kind of high, but then at the same time, it's a Corolla, so that's not that high. But it all depends on if the person actually didn't beat the living crap out of it.
Yeah.
So it's like a toss-up. But those were pretty good, like those years.
See, I want a picture of the gas or the gauge cluster to confirm what they're saying. Curly says second gen Lexus ES350. We were looking at this the other night. ES350. Is that the Lexus?
That's the Camry one, right?
Huntington Station, New Jersey. See, this is very nice, but it's out of Nick's price range that we're... Actually, that's fantastic looking. Okay, so is this the Camry Lexus or the Corolla Lexus?
That's the Camry Lexus.
Nice.
It's funny, like the Lexus, that's such a Toyota steering wheel.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Fake wood grain. This looks like 97,000 miles, motherfuck. It's good for another 200.
That's not bad. That's actually pretty good.
Man.
And what, 49? You could probably get it down to like 42, 43. Knock off $500.
Wait, what's that?
Oh, it's only
West
been on
Hills
there.
budget car? Oh, is this a dealership? Yep.
It's only been on there 11 hours.
Yeah. Midnight 111 says not much, but thanks for filling the car top shaped hole in my heart. Well, thank you so much. I'm happy to be a part of it. And also, thank you to Coopertom, for helping me
Oh yeah, no problem. It's fun.
entertain you guys.
Good
tonight.
times.
Christian Campbell with an unknown amount, an unknown denomination, says $5 for a non-brown machine for Nick, or at least not too brown. I don't know, man. The more brown and tan, the more normal it is. Lucky Talons, thank you so much for the donation. Says, love you guys. Here's a little toward the new ride. Thank you. Nix, thanks you. Coopertom, thanks you. And
Thank you.
I thank you. Thank you so much. This is going to be very nice for Nick. N Hunter 4343, thank you so much. Very first time donating. Says, highly recommend RAV4 Highlander. Cooper, do you think you can find a Highlander for $5K?
Absolutely not. Highlanders are insanely expensive. Even the old ones. You could find like a 2005 with like 197,000 miles, and they're gonna want like $8,900 for it. I don't know what it is about Highlanders. Personally, I don't see anything interesting about Toyota Highlanders, but for some reason they are gold. I don't know. I have no idea why.
It's like, it's less capable than a 4Runner. It's less fuel economy than a Camry. They're okay SUVs, but they don't really ride very high. I'd almost like a RAV4 would be better.
Yeah, like that's what it's trying to be. Like that, if you're going for that, you just go get a RAV4. Why would you get the Highlander? Like the Highlander is just kind of in this like limbo thing with the SUV world,
Yeah.
but yet it's really expensive.
It's like Grey Goose vodka for people who think Grey Goose is expensive and it's a premium product, and it totally isn't.
It's like, oh yeah, we're getting Grey Goose tonight. We're not
fuck
getting
off
Popov.
with your Grey Goose. Just give me not Banker. I don't really have an opinion on vodka, but like Grey Goose to me is like, oh, you got Bombay Sapphire gin. It's like you paid for the blue bottle. That's dumb. I would rather drink Aviator, and I'm not I've drinking enough Aviator gin because American Airlines has it. They have a deal with it. It's an okay gin, but it's nowhere near Hendrix. Anyway, Common Senseless with a generous donation, a first-time donation with $20 says, here's for the ride. What are you looking for? V6 Camry. Where's my emotions? V6 Camry. Or every single night, everybody and their mother sleeps on the Toyota Avalon, which is like the Toyota Lexus. They're great. They're fantastic. Lance Heinrichs drives one. It rules. You don't have to do anything to them. But the problem is, most of the Avalons you find are owned by the dipshit grandsons of elderly people who raise their daughter's kids.
It's like kid's first car.
Yeah. And he says, why the animals, though? I'm just curious. Well, we don't have time to explain. I look at it like this, and maybe you can come with me on this. If you bully someone to just the right amount, they'll become a person who likes this stuff. You go too far, and now you've got a problematic individual. Not enough, they're normal, but the perfect amount, they'll end up at certain conventions trying to recapture a lost childhood. Or at least that's my interpretation of it. But generally, I need more time to think about this. But when I go to the conventions, I am happy in a way I'm not when I'm around normal people. I hope that satisfied you for an answer. Do you think I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, it's hard to really put a finger on it because like everybody's got all different reasons. I mean, there's a general consensus with some things joining the fandom, but I don't know. For me, I just like I like performing. I used to do improv and stuff back in the day, and I was like, you know what? Let me transfer this over to going to conventions, and
Yeah.
it just worked. And I was like, oh my God, this is great.
Yeah.
And I just really liked cartoons as a kid, like animated characters. And I'm like, I can just be one. I could be an animated character online. This rocks.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll totally roll with this.
Yeah.
You know, I see people all day. I see people all the time. I don't want to see people when I get online.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
to see animals.
I want a vacation from myself.
Yes, exactly.
Gabian Chammers with a generous donation says, my summit car is a JDM Honda CRX. Well, you can certainly buy one of those from Duncan Imports. Lord knows that motherfucker is hoarding them. Do you think I'd be paying for, what do you think I'll be paying for? 20 grand immediately. 20 grand for a CRX in okay condition. 20 grand. If you want to buy something and just drive it around, 20 grand. Yep.
Man,
Hope
you must really like CRXs if you want to pay that much for a CRX.
Well, let me see. Duncan Imports. Now, I know this guy's overpriced, but honestly, I seem to trust this guy over Japanese Classics, and I bought a car from Japanese Classics. CRX. How close am I to 20 grand? You don't have any CRX? Oh, let me see. All JDM inventory. You have to have one. Honda. Where's Honda? You have 44 Hondas in your inventory. Oh, is it all going to be key vans?
It's going to be Honda Acties.
Beats. Civics. Oh, man, those things are fire. Civic
I like the
station wagon.
Oh, yep, Beats. And I should have bought a Beat when I was looking at it years ago when there used to be like $6,000. They were bringing them over, and they were like $6,900.
Yeah. All right, so there is no JDM CRXs here. Interesting. NSX Coupe, $56,000.
Oh, Jesus.
JDM Odyssey van, Prelude. Like most of these things, I'm seeing in the $15,000 to $20,000 range. So I'm guessing that's where they price them. Hey, there's a Street for under 10, 99999. They're still cool. All right, so yeah, I'm sticking with my assessment that it's going to be $15,000 to $20,000 for a JDM CRX. Clifton McDonald, first time donating. Thank you for helping Nick get into a reliable Japanese car by the end of the summer. Hey, Mr.
Thank
Regular,
you.
love your stuff. I just broke up with my girlfriend. No, sorry. Where's my sad face? Sorry to hear that. And she's coming over to pick up her stuff. Oh, sorry, man. Yep. Well, hey, you're single now, so now you can beat off in every room of the apartment. So how do you like that? I have a few sites you can go on to look at porn. I wanna expand your horizons. Thank you, Clifton. Dreamside, again, Lexus IS350. Again with the Lexuses, IS350.
Now, I never owned a Lexus, but is it one of those like weird coincidences when you have a Lexus and most of those parts are also Toyota, but then they have the special like the Lexus like tax on top of it? Like,
yeah.
Oh.
Occasionally. Now here's one for 110,000. Is this guy gonna talk? I'm playing the
He has
audio.
a video?
Yeah, he has a video. Oh, you blackened out your taillights and you put an exhaust on it. Okay. Limo tin on the sides. Stratford, New Jersey.
Man.
You had a very nice kind of sport coupe beer and you messed it up.
Yeah, it's like he thinks he did something good, but if you like put the car back the way it was, so like a lot of people would like to buy it, it would actually be worth something.
Did he hydro dip the center console to put a fake marble design on it?
Ooh.
Ooh. Ooh.
It's like a weird kitchen countertop going on.
Yeah. That's like when you go to your friend's house for a sleepover and their parents secretly hate each other. But they have a really nice house in like
And a
Vineland,
really nice
New
kitchen.
Jersey. Yeah.
You know, the husband buys the really nice kitchen because the wife needs to have the top of the line appliances and everything, and he hopes that just shuts her up.
Yeah.
And it fixes everything that they put a really nice kitchen in the house, but it doesn't.
Yeah. But they DoorDash Chipotle every night.
Yes, never use the kitchen to actually cook food.
Yeah. All they do is just wipe it down.
You wipe down, and also that's like the type of house that has like the really nice dining room that no one ever uses, but they eat on the breakfast island in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Like they eat, yep.
Yep. They got the living room you don't live in, too. Yeah, this is like a 2,500 to 3,000 square foot house. And they live in 900 square feet of it.
Yes. The bedrooms and the kitchen.
Yeah. Tangerine doesn't have a question, but says, money for cars, love your stuff, both of you. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I don't know if we're getting into a GS 350.
No,
I don't think there's a $5,000 one there. We got one here in Irvington, New Jersey. $2,200, 185,000 miles. Couple new front end parts. Will needs. Okay, so suspension is blown.
Oh no, nope.
Salvage title.
Nope.
Will need to replace rear bumper and the taillights to pass inspection. Okay, so the car's fucked up. It's one of those Lexus. I know what that is. Those things. The ones that Hyundai copied with something. Yeah. Liam, thank you so much for donating. Thank you for helping Nick out. 02 to 05 Lexus IS300 Sport Cross. I don't know what a Sport Cross is. Interesting comparison. Or 96 to 01 Jeep Cherokee. Well, of course we'd buy the Lexus. What are you talking about? Look who it is. It's Astor. Longtime friend. It's been too long. How you doing, man? I know you invited me out a bunch of times to the Mahoning Drive-In. I've even drove past it as I was taking hikers all the way up to Delaware Water Gap.
I have a T-shirt from there.
Yeah?
Never went there, but I got a T-shirt somehow.
Awesome. Yeah, man. Let's hang out. Crazy Taxi's in the garage, but I'll probably see you. Hopefully I'll see you at Philadelphia. I am booked up for the next 2 weeks. I have a note that says there's a Makunji car show on the 5th. That's this Saturday. I don't know if I'm going to that. Thank you, Astor, for $20. Says, hope Roman can get something that is both affordable and not a money pit and easy enough to work on. 4 cylinders that don't require removing the intake to change plugs, etc. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. As we lean harder and harder on Toyota Camrys, the only Camry I would advise him buying would be the V6 because the Toyota A engine was not a good engine. So that means like, okay, V6 nice, but now you got those back bank of spark plugs that you can't get to. I know Astor's love of GM products, and I agree with him totally, especially about the Buick 3800 engine, but we need to get Nick an appliance that will set him up for the next...
Because, sometimes you come across those, the old person special like Buick LeSabre with like, 90,000 miles. It's in the garage. They passed away and they just got to get rid of it. And it's like $2,000.
Mm-hmm.
Those are pretty good.
This one looks fantastic as well. Oh, this is a dealer.
Oh,
Thanks for coming in. You got the floor mats there. Yep. So maybe this came from an auction somewhere. I got someone who sent me a link with a bunch of stuff to an auction site. Thank you, Astor. I miss talking to you. I miss you, man. Fuzzy Collie Doggo says, "Hi Burb, hi Cat, love the videos. Here's a few bucks for Nick. Will
Cool.
either of you be at Furpok in October?"
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to wing it. Mm-hmm. 'Cause I haven't been there in a couple of years, so I miss it. I want to go back.
Is that Boston or is that
Connecticut?
Connecticut.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I owe Manic a visit at Wapapa, and that's in October. And that's out in Pittsburgh. So maybe that and Crazy Taxi will be finished, but I also have obligations with the band, so that would be a thing. Let's see. Will I Yam, thanks again. I remember you from last night. Says, Coopertom Cat. He. I'll
Yes.
see myself out now.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
Gman29, thank you for donating to put Nick in a reliable Japanese car by the end of summer. Thank you. Says, good evening, guys. I hope Nick's something great. How do you feel about a Prelude? Love them. God, I love Preludes. They're awesome.
Yes, I like Prelude.
I would beat off to them. We're filming another Prelude, or are we? No, actually, we're not. I filmed I've never filmed a fifth generation Prelude. I want to so bad. I love those little sport coupes. I think they're fantastic. They would make an all right daily too for Nick, but you know what? Fuck it. Let me see what comes up with Prelude. I know some of these ones are going to be ragged and dog shit.
Yeah, they're elusive beasts. Even when they were new, like you didn't see a lot of them for some reason. Like it was such a cool car, and I'm like, why don't they make more of these things?
Yeah, look at that grody old steering wheel.
Yeah, they're all thrashed. Everything.
So this guy doesn't know anything about a car. I think what I do know is that it runs and drives great. And it looks really good for its age. No, it doesn't.
Nope.
I will not be sending engine bay pics. Well, why not?
Why not? 'Cause that means you're hiding something.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't know anything about the car. It looks good. Buy it. No. That means you know something. There's something majorly wrong with it.
Yeah.
And you're just trying to play dumb.
I feel like my asking price is reasonable considering what other used cars are going for, so I'm not necessarily firm at 300, but I won't take 200. All right. This guy doesn't know how to do anything. Where did he buy this car? Did he buy it off of some meth head? Oh no, wait. This FS. This thing came to this guy Kelly Kasser. Why? Yeah, you're totally right. Why are they not just opening the hood? Does the hood not open? Is the cable busted?
Something. That's really fishy.
Yeah.
It's like maybe it's one of those things they bought the car or they got the car free and they're just trying to flip it.
Yeah.
So they're like, I don't know. I don't want to know anything. Blah, blah, blah. Just stick my fingers in my ears and you buy it.
Yeah.
Ooh, Rodolfo Cortez sent $49.99. Thank you.
That is oh, yeah. We'll skip ahead to that. Oh, Rodolfo Cortez doesn't have a question? Just throwing it in for Nick. Well, thank you so much. Nick may even be able to afford a $6,000 car at this rate.
Nice.
Consider that one time Toyota made a Buick Century, the Avalon. I love the Avalon. You know what? Clean title, motor swap, JDM. Okay, so Khan's door handle is broken on the driver's side, of course. It's always some like horrible thing that makes the car a pain in the ass to own. Yeah, I did the motor swap, but I can't fix a door handle.
Yes, it's always that. Like, oh, I chipped the ECU and I did this and lowered it, and it's like, but the door handles and the windows don't work.
Oh, by the way, the seat is fully reclined and it won't go forward anymore.
It's not bolted in.
Yeah, the seat's not bolted in. The seat's not bolted in. The windshield wipers won't turn off.
Yeah. Other than that, it runs strong.
$4,500 for a 1990 Honda CRX. Ugh.
Man,
Look at that seat.
that's a big chunk of change. And I still have this mindset, like the CRX values, like in 2000 when they were like $800, $900.
Yeah.
Like they were just the used up commuter cars that you could get for nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, Avalon, we'll look at that. Ron Von Bunn says, love the effort in chat and all the suggestions. I'm behind the Tercel and Corolla idea. Those cars are like cockroaches in the endearing sense. Yes. A clean Tercel would be like finding a diamond ring in one of those egg vending machine games, because a Tercel was made to be a vehicular equivalent of chewing gum. Which is why when I saw one at Radwood, it was my favorite car.
It's like, ooh, it's still here.
Oh, a Tercel. Yeah.
I freaked out the other day. I saw a Toyota Paseo, and I was like,
yeah.
it was the facelifted one, like where they like did the facelift like a year before they axed the car. So it's
Yeah.
like, what the hell is this doing here?
Like, who is just rolling in this?
Yeah. There's also the Geo Prism, which is a Corolla, if you want to get a little different.
That is, yeah. We can look at that. I'm trying to find where I was. Behind the Tercel. Okay. Peso Sean says, hopefully this helps a bit. I sent you a nice CRV in the DMs. Oh, thank you. Let me see the DMs in...
My parents had a CRV. It was a very good car.
How long did they have it?
Like 3 years. I mean, it had a lot of miles on it, but when we had it, it was still rock solid until we just didn't change the timing belt. We should have changed the timing belt, and that's what killed it. But it was really well built. Well built. It was like it was a 99, I think.
I see someone just sent me a link to a Ford Taurus, and I'm going to hard pass on that. 2000 era. I'll try to find your CRV. Thank you, Peso Sean. Thank you so much. Common Sense Less with a big donation. Thank you. $50.
Whoa, thanks.
I understand. I am one too. I was only surprised that my favorite car review is also into it. Yeah, you know what? It's like... All right. I have a confession. Like, everything is... One of my friends, their name in the fandom is Slate. You know who I'm talking about. Right, Cooper?
Slate?
Slate.
Maybe? I don't know.
I don't want to blow up their spot with their... He's probably not looking right now, but he's helped out with RCR, been on RCR, been to my house. Big car guy. He equated hanging out in the fandom as the equivalent to driving a classic car around and doing errands with it. Kind of like how you do with the midget.
Oh, yeah. I drive that thing every day.
Oh, you do? Yeah. It turns little things into a carnival. So the simple act of walking from the AC Marriott to the David Lawrence Convention Center becomes a exercise in pre-planning, execution, and letting someone know when you're going to be there, just in case. Yeah. And also answering a bunch of questions on the way. So in a world that gets polarized and meaner, and when I see people my own age getting Q-pilled and falling into a well of reactionary political showboating, going to a furry convention is like that sweet taste of pickled ginger in between challenging bites of sushi.
Yeah. I never ate sushi, so I don't know what you're talking about. But okay, it sounds realistic. That sounds like a thing.
After driving like boring cars for a while, getting in behind the wheel of that 63 Galaxy and just sweating my ass off in the sun and not caring. And I feel better for it. That there's a correlation there.
Yeah.
Common senseless. Understand. I am one too. Only surprised my favorite car review is into it. Also, for some reason, it won't let me say the F word. Yeah, I mean, YouTube is ABC family friendly now, so can't use profanity. Even though I can say fuck in the channel, you can't. Holding your hands over your face. Yeah. You can't type it, so whatever. So thank you so much for the generous donation. Doing a time check. It's 11:15. How you doing there, Cooper?
Oh, good. Doing awesome. Yeah.
Okay.
Just
great.
hanging out, chilling, having a good time.
Thank you. Let me know if you need a split or if you need a bounce. Will be no problem.
Nope. I have nowhere to go.
Duck Parkour doesn't have a question, just says real bird hours. Yeah, I love bird hours. I can't do bird noises, though. So, I don't know. John Bailey says, what software do you use for animation? Snapcam? This isn't animated. This is, what is this? Well,
With your thing? I have no idea what you're using.
I've never animated anything. So, I mean, and all your content comes from VR chat, right?
Yeah, this is right now. I'm actually in VR chat right now, streaming out of VR chat, and that's how I'm doing it right now. So yeah, I don't know. I don't use any of the VTuber apps. Like everybody uses these new things, and I'm like, I have no idea. I'm inside VR chat. I can't get out. I'm trapped.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I'd love to get like perspective on that. We'll figure that out sometime in the future. Scrolling down, Acoustic Theory. There's a name I haven't seen in a while. Thank you so much. I miss you from the old chats. Snoot salute to all the snoots. What does that mean? Cooper,
Snoots.
what does that mean?
Well, salute the snoot right here. The little snoot right there in the front of your face.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess birds have a snoot. It's like a very hard, rigid snoot, but it works the same, I guess.
Mm-hmm. I guess it's kind of there. Peck
the snoot.
Scrolling down, there's Rofiel Cortez with a very generous. Thank you for $49.99.
$49.99. Awesome.
Love to Destroy says, what do you guys think of the Honda Element? Oh, we had a long talk yesterday. I'm going to go get another beverage. Cooper, what do you think of the Honda Element?
Well, I have a family member who used to own a Honda Element, and it is an interesting scenario because the way the Honda Element was, is like the whole thing was geared to, it's for the young and up-and-coming people. They can have something very versatile, and they can use it to go surfing and moving and everything. But when the time that thing came out, it was a brand new car. Like, people that needed that car couldn't afford that car. But now that car is now old, the people that they were making that for can now finally get their hands on one, and it actually is doing what it's supposed to do now. Like, that's the crazy thing about the Honda Element. The Honda Element is now going into its element. That's what's going on now with the Honda Element. And the prices of Honda Elements are going through the roof because they're now people are like, oh my God, it's not, expensive, but it's like, it's versatile, and somebody needs to haul things around. It's like, yes, it's good. My aunt had one. I thought it was really cool. It was weird. It was quirky. It had a ton of room in it. And the only things that I didn't like the things, I think the starter was inside the intake manifold or the alternator. Like there were some weird things I had to fix on it that were kind of a pain in the ass. But other than that, I think the Honda Element is really, really good. Like, it's, I think it's totally worth it. If you can find one that's a good one, and then especially the later models, when they started doing all the plastic body panels, painted them like a regular car, I think they look pretty nice. I definitely. And there's even some conversions too. Like, some of them that have the sunroof in the back, you could take the sunroof out, and there's a company that makes a camper top that actually bolts to the top of that, and you can pop it up like a camper van, and you crawl through the sunroof, and you can camp out on the roof of the thing. Like, it's crazy, and I think I heard something that there's some company, either it's Honda or another company, that they're going to start making the Honda Element again, like the old Honda Element. Like, they got all the stamping and the pressings and the tools for this thing, and they're going to start making it again. I don't know. It's crazy. Yeah, and the same thing. Yeah, the Scion XB is, I think, is slowly becoming a collectible, and because they're getting hard to find ones that are not completely thrashed. So yeah. I mean, Honda XBs are pretty cool. I'm not a real huge fan of the Cube. I mean, it's weird, it's quirky, but I think they kind of went overboard. Like, they were going for the quirkiness, and it kind of was like, ugh, you know. But yeah. Honda Prelude, though, I do
Sorry,
love Honda Preludes.
still making food.
Still making food. Okay, it's fine. The Kia Soul is, yes, yeah, you know what? Yeah, you're right. The Kia Soul is kind of like the last survivor of the quirky, boxy little SUV things. And you see a ton of Kia Souls around. They're still, rolling around. I think they still make the Kia Soul. So yeah, I personally, I don't know. I would never buy one. Get him Steve Dave. Dodge Neon for Roman, $2. Thank you. Dodge Neons. Like, again, that's like one of those things. Like, there's the Dodge Neon is fading away. And it's kind of one of those things, if you have a Dodge Neon and something breaks, it's getting to the point where it's like, is it really worth fixing a Dodge Neon or just junking it? And it could be something completely stupid, like it needs an alternator or whatever. And people are just chucking these things. So, like, you're seeing less and less Dodge Neons on the road. But, yeah.
I have opinions about a Dodge
Saw a woman in a Cube passing on 422. Yeah, I had a friend that had a Nissan Cube, and I rode in it one time, and it just felt wrong. Everything about the Cube just felt wrong. Sitting in it, the inside was too big. You sat too far away from the windshield. You couldn't really, it was like driving like a telephone booth or something. It was really weird, and had that little rug on the dashboard. I don't know. But, yeah, the common senseless, $20. Not great on fuel, but I really like the Chevy Astrovans. Man, Chevy Astrovans, they kind of, the whole thing with the Chevy Astrovan, they were going after Dodge Caravan because they came out with the Dodge Caravan, front-wheel drive, low floor, and then Chevy was just not ready for that. They were just like, okay, we're going to make a rear-wheel drive minivan. It's got a high floor. It's basically just like a mini G20 van. They just kind of shrunk the whole thing down. But those things were bulletproof, man. I still see, like, because they stopped making the Chevy Astro cargo van in 2003, 2002, and it was still basically the same platform that was from the 80s. They really didn't change anything with that. And I still see some commercial companies using Chevy Astro vans as work trucks. And so they're really bulletproof. But I think as far as using it as a minivan, no, I don't know. Like they were the high floor. I mean, I think the Caravan was slightly better in terms of a minivan compared to the Astrovan, but the Astrovan was definitely a workhorse, though. But oh man, now the Dart is a real toss-up. I don't know if you're talking about the modern day Dart that was built by Fiat, or are you talking about like Darts from like the 60s and 70s with like the Slant 6 and the 318s and things like that? Because that was my family car growing up. When I was a kid, we had two Dodge Darts in my family. We had like a 73
Hell yeah.
and a 68 Dodge. We had a 68 Swinger and a 72 Dart. Those were the cars. And with the vinyl seats and fucking sliding across the seats and those things, burning your ass on them and everything. But the new Darts, I rode in a new Dart and it was horrendous.
Yeah.
That thing I was in the back seat. It was so tiny. It was noisy. It was slow. It was just I hated everything about the new Dodge Dart. It was, I don't know. It was Fiat just slapping the name on it, really. they were probably making something else, and they're like, "What do we call this?" And they're like, "Oh, let's call it a dart."
Yeah. Let's bring back the name of a kind of a mid car from the 70s.
And that car was so like my mom's car was so cheap. Like the windshield washer was literally a rubber ball on the floor, and you squished it with your foot, and it would squirt the water on the windshield. Like it didn't even have a windshield washer pump. It was like your foot was the pump.
Hell yeah. So, like, now I'm interested. Did it pressurize like a super soaker, like a little tube, or was? Now I'm wondering how that worked.
It was like a turkey baster.
Okay.
Like it had a reservoir that like drained into the bulb in the floor.
Ooh.
And then when you stepped on it, it would squish the fluid in the bulb in the floor up the tube.
Yeah.
And then squirt it onto the windshield.
Two
Real technical stuff.
Two like impotent cum shots hitting the windshield.
Yeah, just,
And not like a good cum. It's just like, well, I got to beat off before my parents and I go to Shady Maple, or otherwise I'm going to be looking at porn in the bathroom. I'm, like, I'm busting soft. This isn't even a good jerk. This is a utility jerk.
Utility.
I'm busting in 49 seconds.
Gotta go. Got places to be.
So yeah, love to destroy. What do you guys think of the Honda Element? People with their Mazdas like wanting a CX-5, like, no, it's like a CX-5 is just like a Mazda 3, but I drove one of those. It's as slow as it's slower than a Mazda 3. It's just a big car with a tiny engine. You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me, remember the first and second generation Dodge Caravans, but if you got the poverty spec one, you got it with the four-banger?
Oh, yeah. Like, it was, like, it couldn't, like, it was useless. It was literally useless.
We drove one on RCR, a second gen, but the catcher was... We did okay, Celica GT... keep wanting to see your original videos like the crossdresser and the Corolla, dumb YouTube taking away the past. You know, you got to roll with the times, man. You got to roll with the times. And looking back, those jokes were dumb. Rocky LaRue says, you might know Slate from the Ferrari fursuit pick. Oh, I know Slate from before the Ferrari fursuit pick. Yeah. I mean, it's, low key, it's because of Slate that we were able to review the Ferrari in the LFA, but that's all I'm saying. SD Design says, longtime fan, hope all is well and keep on, brother. I'm guessing he was doing a...
Hulk Hogan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hunter, like professional wrestling, I needed the extra bit to finish my gym workout today. So I needed to pull out Pomp and Circumstance, but not just any Pomp and Circumstance. The Hulk Hogan version.
Oh,
also,
man.
like, shout out to Chai from last night. We had some nice banter going back and forth about our enthusiasm about big biceps in art. Yeah.
Oh.
Because Chai draws a lot of them. And I'm like, hell yeah. But just thinking about that finally got me to do arm curls at the gym today. And I want to go back to being Edward 40 hands with the 40-pound dumbbells. Like, that's where I was. I love how you're animating yourself doing that.
Yeah,
That's
like,
awesome. Yes! I used to be able to do 40s. My goal, and I'd really like to get back at this, to be able to curl 50-pound dumbbells. But I don't know what I need to do. I've always stalled out at 40-pound dumbbells. Maybe I need to eat more. I'm open to suggestions.
I do a lot of eating. Maybe I could pick up a lot of stuff.
Well, you have like that mechanic strength that people don't know about.
Yeah, that's my workout routine. It's just crawling around in the driveway under cars and jacking cars up and putting cars down and changing wheels and changing tires and I use a manual tire machine. That thing, it kick your ass. You got to like really wrestle that thing.
Educate me. What is a manual tire machine?
That's the lovely tire machine that they sell at Harbor Freight, which
Yeah.
basically is a pipe that you bolt to the floor and you put the rim on it, and they give you a big pry bar and you break the bead, and then you got to like hook the thing in, and then you spin the bar around the pipe and it lifts the tire off the rim, and then you got to get underneath and get the other bead and then pry that bead off, and it pops the wheel off. So
Does it? Okay, so the wheel doesn't turn. You turn around the wheel.
you bolt the rim gets clamped down onto this thing, and then there's a pipe sticking straight through the rim. That's the thing and then you put the bar on the pipe and you use the leverage of this long bar, and you wrap it around you just go around the pipe and you get things off. Because like I own like now I own like 12 cars, so like I'd be.
You own 12 cars? I thought you owned 6.
No, I sold 2. I had 14 cars last week.
Oh my!
So
This guy is the legit car guy. When you talk about people who have like 18 stuff going on, I just have to ask this: you have 12 cars. How many
Yes.
run?
all of them, they're all registered and insured and drive everything.
No way! Awesome.
And so to put tires on all these cars, I got to do it myself. There's no way I'm paying a tire shop.
Hunter Edwards, yes. We got to do hard passes on Mazda 2s and stuff. Better Fiesta without the transmission issues. Yeah. Yeah, we're doing a pass on that. But thank you for donating to Nick's. Put Nick in a reliable Japanese car.
Thank you.
This is one that you answered, Cooper. Dodge Neon for Roman from Get 'em Steve Dave. Also, great reference. You know, I have a quick short story. Like in college, my 2 roommates, college roommates, and we drove out to Red Bank, New Jersey, and went to Jay and Silent Bob's Secret Stash.
That's my neck of the woods.
Oh, you're from there?
Well, I'm about 15 minutes from there, 20 minutes from there.
I thought Red Bank was like mid-North Jersey.
No, it's like south. It's like the gray area. It's Central Jersey kind of thing.
How
Yeah,
far north of Atlantic City is that?
From Red Bank to Atlantic City, that's probably an hour and 40 minutes.
Okay. All right. All right. Yeah, I forget how long New Jersey is.
It's very long. It's narrow, but very long. Yes.
It's long. Yeah, it's longer. I think New Jersey longer than or taller than Pennsylvania is?
Yes, it is. I think it is because it goes a little up into like New York and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and it goes down south like into Delaware.
Yeah, it's got that little finger on the end of it.
Uh-huh.
It goes down to that's like Cape May and stuff. So like the Parkway on the shore side is like it goes all the way up to like Tappan Zee Bridge area. So like it's long.
Have you ever been to the Cape May Lighthouse?
Oh yeah. It's a nice
I
place.
love that. I love the Cape May Lighthouse.
And there's a big bunker too. Like there's a big abandoned army bunker like in the sand over there.
Yeah. And the cement ship that I think is below the waves now. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a couple of friends come over from Sid Stoat, and they came up from Florida during the winter. And they're like, what's there to do? And like, everything's closed. So you know what? We're going to go down to Cape May, New Jersey for the weekend and stay in a hotel. It was a ghost town. And we saw the concrete ship. I showed them the lighthouse. I showed them the bunker.
Was the lighthouse open? Could you go up to the top?
I think it was. We just got there too late, though.
No. I remember, like, when I was little, like, I think I told you this. My aunt had a condo in NJ, in Ocean City, New Jersey.
Ocean, New Jersey, yeah.
And so we'd go there every summer. And later, when I got my driver's license, I could take the 94 Dodge Caravan and drive around. Because they would just stay at the condo. They would go to the boardwalk. They would eat their... I don't know what the nice way to say it is, but this is the South Jersey. We're going to go out for Italian tonight. I'm like,
Italian food.
Yeah. And this is way before...
Azul.
Yeah. Oh, we're going to get crabs and seafood because we're at the beach. I remember, I think at the time there was only one big supermarket in Ocean City, New Jersey. And I think it was like the super fine or something. Fuck, I can't.
It's probably like Acme
Yeah.
or something. Yeah, or Food Town.
Yeah. And I would drive, I would be able to get the equivalent of like, I'm like 18. I would get a hall pass with the Dodge Caravan, and I would drive down to Sea Isle City and drive past there, and occasionally could go, go to Ocean City, New Jersey down to Cape May is like, it's pretty much, you're in the same neighborhood kind of.
Yeah, yeah.
And go down to the Ocean City, the Cape May Lighthouse, and I would pay the fee to go into the lighthouse and walk up to the top. But I think the way the pass was, like if you left the lighthouse, you had to pay to go back up.
Oh, yeah, it's a one-shot deal. Yeah.
Yeah. But if you came down to the bottom of the spiral staircase but didn't walk out the door, you could just walk back up again.
So you're double dipping the lighthouse.
Dude, if this
Getting
is a
your
podcast,
money's worth out of that lighthouse, man.
double dip the Cape May Lighthouse. I'm gonna go up there to the top in my cage at the Cape May Lighthouse.
You got like picture with your face on it. It's like, don't sell tickets to this guy.
I'm banned from the Cape May Lighthouse from going up and down 2 times. Yeah, we found him going up and down the lighthouse, but you stepped on our generous offer. We found him out on the beach grabbing Cape May diamonds and shoving them down his urethra.
Oh, that Cape May Lighthouse loophole.
Yeah. Did you ever pick up the Cape May diamonds?
I have no idea what Cape May diamonds are.
Son!
I've never heard of this term.
Dude, this guy from Pennsylvania is about to school you on New Jersey lore?
Man, I don't know. I've been there. I just never heard of this.
Okay, so you go down the bottom of Cape May by the lighthouse at the very bottom of New Jersey's little pee-pee down there.
Mm-hmm.
And so Cape May diamonds is just quartz crystal. So those little pieces of quartz that wash up on the beach down there by the lighthouse, and you can go and pick them up. And there's that little sort of log cabin gift store right there by the lighthouse.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they always sell rock tumblers. So you buy your Cape May diamonds. They're all cloudy and junk. And then you put them in the rock tumbler and, hey, they're shiny and cool. And that's the end of this. Yeah.
See, now I don't think I've really paid attention to the beach down there too much because I'm so I was always like, look at the lighthouse. Oh, let's go over to the bunker and see if we can get in. Like that was my trip to there. I didn't know anything about these Cape May diamonds.
Yeah, man. So
that's cool.
Oh God, we all gonna hang out when I finish the Galaxy. Just do this New Jersey tour. We gotta go pick up Doral and just go down to the fucking beach. You gotta go play skee ball at Jilly's Arcade in Ocean City, motherfuck.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
And also, oh man, the Wildwood has that whole strip with all the vintage motels on it, with all the neon and everything.
Yeah. It's like South Jersey. Okay, that reality show and The Sopranos freaking spoiled it all. Like South Jersey is simultaneously tacky and classy at the same time. I love it. It's like an area of the country that exists out of time a little bit.
Oh yeah. They got the old motels next to the beach.
Yeah.
And they were built in 1950, 1960, and they're still there, and people still use them. And you go into those motel rooms, and you go in, and it's the bathroom with the pink little tile.
Fuck yeah.
And the pink little that little enamel sink, and it's oh my God, all this stuff still works. It's
yeah. Fuck Atlantic City. Just go down to down south.
Go down to the shore.
Go down the shore. Oh, we're going down there in Ocean City. We're gonna go.
Dan.
You go get your Mac and Man. Oh man, I'm thinking about Mac and Manco pizza again. Or it's not Mac and Manco anymore. It's just Max. Max Pizza, Ocean City, New Jersey. Best goddamn slice in the country. They put the sauce on top of the cheese.
Oh, it's a tomato pie.
Well, it still has cheese on it, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they get... Oh, man. Fuck, I want Mac Pizza now so bad. This is my 3rd martini, and I'm done after this. Dude, I produced a video for Adler the Eagle, and Tony Airlines was part of it. We rented a plane and flew from Trenton down to the shore in a plane. From Trenton, New Jersey, we were there in a fucking half an hour. It was awesome.
Yeah. That was cool.
120 knots. What is that in miles per hour? I don't know.
That's fast.
We were trucking it. He was firewalling it, going 130 miles an hour in the sky. We had it. There's that one Air Force base in like South Central Jersey. You have to fly around it because it's controlled airspace. We land at Ocean City, New Jersey.
Lakehurst.
We park at Ocean City Airport. The price to park a plane at Ocean City, New Jersey is cheaper than a car. Fucking $15 all day to park your goddamn plane.
Wow, that's a deal.
Yeah.
They got the guys by the beach waving the cars in. It's like $25-$50.
Yeah. Suck these bird nuts. We walk right from the airport onto the boardwalk, have a nice little walk, Mac and Manco Pizza, walk by the fucking music pier. Man, I'm getting all nostalgic, man. Common Senseless, thank you for the $20. Nick, thanks you. Coopertom, thanks you.
Thank you.
We're going to probably try to start wrapping this up in a half an hour so we can go to bed. Not great on fuel, but I really like the Chevy Astro van. Your thoughts on it? I love it as a piece of nostalgia. Coopertom, you were talking about how some contractors still use them.
Yeah. They're good as work trucks, little work trucks. I mean, for a minivan, they have the high floor and the rear-wheel drive. They're a little sketchy, but yeah, they're pretty good.
Yeah, someone else in the chat, Will I Am, saying Jay and Bob Secret Staffs, Monmouth County. Yeah. My buddy Chris, who was my roommate at the time in college, we just walked in. He says, let's just go to Kevin Smith's office. So he literally walked into the office, knocked on the door, and they let us in. And he wasn't there, but he was just like, hey, we want to say hi. And I'm like, we should not be doing this, man. And then someone in the office says, there's no solicitation here. Okay. And then we just left. The Village Idiot. Is there anybody before that? Not great on fuel, so the Village Idiot is next. The Village Idiot, thank you for donating to put Nick Roman in a reliable Japanese car by the end of the year. The Village Idiot says, which car is the official car of the Confidently Incorrect? Well, the Confidently Incorrect. Well, I can think of a few people in my life who are confidently incorrect. Jeep Liberty comes to mind. And why do you think people freak out over furries compared to other stuff? Well, I mean, like drag queens, it's an easy target, really. It's super weird. You can't justify it. If you don't know, you don't know. Like furries is like ska music. Like if you don't understand the nuances in this, just listen to your Real Big Fish and forget about it. You don't know anything about Mephistopheles. You don't know the Toasters, the Slackers, the Specials. You certainly don't know who Tim Armstrong is. You don't know about, Technically, No Doubt is a ska band. I need Ian Finance here to. There's The Liquidators. Fuck.
Liquidators.
The Liquidators. What's that song? I can't play it because YouTube, but Harry Style and the All Stars, Liquidator.
Yeah, I can't. My knowledge of ska is very small, so I can't help you.
Because then you get into the subsets. Because Harry Styles and the All Stars. There it is, the Harry J All Stars Liquidator. It's an instrumental track. God, that thing is awesome. And I'm not saying that's just because it was in GTA, Grand Theft Auto London.
So I did hear this then. You
had Grand Theft Auto London?
Wait, is that the Grand Theft Auto 3? That was like the expansion?
No, this predates. This exists between Grand Theft Auto 1 and 2.
The top down. Oh, no. Then I definitely not heard this. No.
Yeah. Every time there's a Republican candidate who needs to make themselves relevant, they'll try to go after furries, and it never works. And I think that's the whole thing. the Republicans will go after drag queens because it's hard to defend them from a national standpoint. But really, in my opinion, because I have a minor in public relations, it's just deflection. It's just redirection. Don't pay attention to our crumbling infrastructure and the lack of health care. Get mad at drag queens. Yeah, it's just misdirection. Anyway.
Yep. Don't look over here. Don't look over here.
Don't look over here. Look at this other thing. Yep. That's how you do it. That's how I do it. There's this really good book about advertising called Trust Me, I'm Lying. It's Matto.
I used to work in advertising.
You did?
Yeah.
Was that when you commuted into Manhattan?
Yeah. Well, I didn't do I was mostly IT work, but it was for an advertising company, though. Yeah. So a lot of crazy, weird things going on in there to get you to buy things. And I heard it all. I know in the background there.
You were encouraged to buy things at work?
Oh, no. Just like the way marketers and things work. I was in those rooms, and they just, how they work and manipulate and things like that. Like I was there for that stuff. So I know all the tricks.
Yeah. Yeah. Appeal to people's emotions rather than logic. It's Matto speaking to a logical guy. Driving hard, working the truck. Love you, mate. I'm keeping myself from getting too reckless, but the temptation to somehow send you $1,000 is very real because Nick deserves it. Dude, you're an owner. This guy, it's Matto. He's an owner-operator. So we know when I say owner-operator, right?
He owns and operates.
Like, a semi-truck. He owns the
okay, like that deal. Okay, like a truck driver. Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
So he's from Australia. He's from Melbourne. He does the Melbourne to Sydney run, which I think in the United States, that's probably the equivalent of without cheating and looking at Google Maps, I think that's the equivalent of is it Charlotte to Philly, or that may be Atlanta to Philly? Dude, can you do it? Can you do Atlanta to Philly in one day?
Yeah, you could. I mean, I did from Jersey to Florida in one day. That was not fun.
Was how many hours? When did you start in the morning and when did you get?
It was like a full almost 24 hours, like nonstop.
Fuck. Yeah, no, it would. Nah, I don't think it's that. Hans Moleman says, Cape May Diamonds, is that what they call a halfway attractive woman in that town?
You're a Cape May Diamond. You're a keeper.
Oh, you're a really young blood, aren't you? I'm 42. Yeah, I'm 68.
Yeah, real Cape May Diamond. Look, you still got all your hair and all your teeth.
Look, you gotta come at my work. I work at the Clinton Diner.
Come in, I'll give you a free early bird special if you know what I mean.
You order 2 pancakes, I'll give you a third one. No one has to know nothing. I stole one of the waffle machines. I have it at home. La Farquid with just shout out to It's Matto. When we talk about the Jersey Shore, South Jersey, all the shore points, that's the Australian equivalent of the Gold Coast. So that's kind of what we are. Yeah. So Gold Coast, South Jersey, kind of simpatico, with a little bit of Huntington Beach, California thrown in there, because the Gold Coast. The Gold Coast is a little bit. It's got some California thrown into it a little bit, but it's there's a little bit of that, and I mean this with all like endearing and love of Australia. There's a little bit of that youthful, fuck yeah, just vodka, beer, party. Yeah, it's that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But, okay. Lee Farquaad with a very generous Canadian 50. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Nice.
Nix thanks you. I thank you. Coopertom thanks you. And whoever is going to be paid, maybe even sticker price for a V6 Honda Accord, thanks you, says 8th and 9th generation Civics are really reliable. Me and my friends own them. Replaced the starter after 200,000 kilometers. Yep, Canadian. Winter driving, I might add. Windshield deflects all rocks. What do you think he means by windshield deflects?
Well, I think that
all
generation has that really slopey front end, and then the windshield is like really raked back. So I guess like it doesn't have enough angle to really catch the rocks, you know?
Okay. Well, that makes sense. I think Civics are a good thing. We've been just yakking here for a little bit. We haven't been looking at cars. We still have this thing on this 87 Accord or something like that. What's this in Salisbury, Maryland? Let's have a look at this. 1995 Honda Civic EX Coupe, 2-door. What does $700 buy you in 2023?
Not much. Jeez. Oh no. Oh no, it just keeps getting worse.
98,000 miles.
Oh,
Stick
my
shift.
God.
Seller's description. Needs to be towed, does not start. Doesn't have much done, has aftermarket intake of fucking course.
I gotta say, there's a lot done to that car. A lot of things have been done to that car.
It's straight pipe. Back left window is broken. What, did you replace that window with fucking Tyvek? What is that, house wrap?
That's like the ice guard stuff that goes on that, like, before you put the siding on.
It doesn't come with back seats, a headliner, flooring, or door cards. Needs the ECM. So, okay, no computer.
There's no computer.
Some work with the headlight. This thing's a fucking shell.
God.
No radiator.
Oh my God. Really? It's like, why are you even wasting your time? Just like tow it away, scrap it. It's done. It's there's not. He's better off taking the motor out and throwing the motor on the ground and going, here's an engine, $500.
Yeah.
Like,
you know, you're totally right. D series engine. You got a block, you got a head, you got headers. Go nuts. And the Dizzy's there too.
Yeah.
I love those engines though. That D series, they rev as high and as hard as double cams, and they're single cams. That's one of the greatest engines ever made. And this guy fucked it up. This guy fucked it up. Lick my nuts. Ugh. It always bums me out when the whole car is completely disheveled, but there's an aftermarket steering wheel with the little stripe in the top of it, like you're a race car driver, so you can see where your center of steering is.
Yeah, real pros, you know.
Real pros. Thank you, LaFouad. Scrolling down, I think Jess Kunch, I miss you so much. Hello from Nipa. She doesn't have a question, but thank you so much for the 20 for the super reliable Japanese car. Yes, Jess Kunch, who drove a Toyota Prius so much for her job as a medical courier. She drove it to the point that she needed a new head.
Jeez.
She put so many miles on a Prius, she needed a new head. Yeah.
Wow.
Reek, thank you, Jess. Hope we get to hang out soon. I miss you so much. And Kenny. Rico92 says, what do you think about Ford Focus and the Ford Fiesta ST market? I love the Fiesta ST. The Ford Focus SVT was fantastic. They're moving as we age into the slow, early classic car market. Ford Fiesta ST, as much as I balk on FOMOCO, if you are a car person, the Fiesta ST is one of the most funnest small hot hatches you can buy. It's great. Which one do you prefer? Go ahead, Cooper.
Oh yeah, I love the Fiesta ST. Like, I mean, the Fiesta in general. Like, just looking at that car, you could tell like this makes sense. Everything about this car makes sense. It looks fun. It's obtainable, and everything about it. So I really love the Ford Fiestas. Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, I drove one for the first time. This is a nice, fun. You know what? It reminded me of the old EK and or EF or what am I thinking? The Civics from like '92.
Oh yeah, like the
Yeah,
really light ones, like the
yeah,
hatchback. Yeah.
yeah. It's like even when because the ST is just a. I mean, it's heavier because it's a modern car, but the turbo makes up for it. Thank you, Rico. Spyro 499 doesn't have a question, but I like your video game and I like the porn people make of you. Thank you. Yoshi, I like your video games and I like the porn people make of you.
Oh.
Yeah, Yoshizard64 says doubling up from yesterday from the boring beige mobile fun. Always fun finding the questionable stuff on Marketplace. Thanks for the laughs. Hey, thank you for helping us have a job. Nick thanks you. Coopertom thanks you.
Thank you.
Nick is going to have a great September when everything pays out because it pays out a month afterwards. Acoustic Theory from the regular chat doesn't, he's just saying cute kitty. You hear that?
Oh,
You're cute.
thank you. Oh, thanks.
Camping, I watched your video from Furrydelphia and there was this moment where it made me reach for my little green vacuum cleaner because you were with somebody else with a brand new suit that was white and you were like, holy shit, this is what white looks like now. And like, cause you keep, you take care of your suit, but you wear it a lot. And there's no escaping the UV rays.
Yes, yes. The white eventually does yellow over at times. So no matter what you do, it's just gonna change colors over the years.
I'm gonna get there, man. Because my
Gonna get all
suit's-
nice and yellow like me someday.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to. Just gonna have to airbrush a design on my suit or something like that to just hide the fact. Because the original design for my character had freckles in it. So maybe if you like put freckles in it, someone with an airbrush, I don't know how that's going to work. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, anything's possible. With especially airbrushing too, like marks, like little marks. It works.
Nice. Doubling up from yesterday for the boring beige. Oh, we already did that one. SD Design says my 79 Civic wide body is a D16's double overcam ZC swap dual cam D series is the best. Oh, so you have a 79 Civic with a D series in it, the one slammer. Awesome. Love that. Thank you, SD Designs. Thank you for donating to Nick's boring beige reliable car. Spyro says, from the Blue Raptor, see you at Anthrocon 24 Cooper.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know who
I'll be there.
From the Blue, what's the Blue Raptor?
They're the Blue Raptor.
Do you know who that is?
Spyro. I mean, Spyro could be any. I don't know. Maybe I've met them. I don't know. Have we met? We probably did. I'm sorry. I don't remember.
Like Blue Raptor, like Jurassic, whatever Jurassic.
Yeah, like
Star-Lord.
Yeah, there's Raptor fursuits. I know a handful of them, but I can't recall exactly the Blue Raptor. Unless they don't have a suit and their character is just a Blue Raptor, that makes it even more confusing. Oh no.
Is it this Blue Raptor? The
Nope.
clever girl?
Clever girl. I mean, I don't know. I don't see it yet. Still waiting. A little bit of a lag, so I don't see
Yeah.
it right away.
Okay. While you're waiting for that, Spatoli01010 says, adding the range to the budget a little bit more. Already mentioned the 5th gen Nissan Sentra SER. Meh. Okay, look. The 5th gen Nissan Sentra SER is a fantastic car. I love it. It is bumping a little bit onto the door of Doge. This is still a very good era of Nissan. However, the writing is on the wall for the quality of Nissan going down with the SER. You can have a very nice, medium fast, 4-door sedan about the size of a Toyota Corolla, but you're dealing with a company that likes to say fuck you to their consumers. So I don't want to call it meh. It still is a fantastic vehicle for a car person. If you're willing to do wrenching and go on forums, then yes. Cooper, is this the person we're talking about?
Let's see here. I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen them before.
Oop,
I don't think so.
I messed something up because you're not moving in the stream anymore.
Oh no.
Yeah, let me get you there. There you are.
Ah, moving
Okay.
again.
And oops. Uh-oh.
What happened?
dad clicked.
You did a bad click.
I dad clicked.
Oh,
I did something and I made you disappear. Now you're up there. Now you're down here.
oh no.
Okay, you're cropped a little bit. I did something wrong. Oh, that's better.
Ah, okay.
Okay, we're good again.
Yes.
I think we're all caught up, man. 8th and Giant Civic, Mazda 2. Wow, it only took 11:33, and I think we're copacetic, man.
You got it all figured out.
Yeah. Wow. How you feeling? I'm feeling a little bit sleepy, or as the youth call it, eepy.
I'm feeling eepy.
How's the chat doing? How are you guys doing? Acoustic Theory says, is that a cat model from Tosa?
Oh, yeah. Tosca. Yes, it is. Well, it's a combination of all sorts of conglomeration of models. Originally, it was a Pika Pidi model that was a Shiba Inu, and then Tosca got it and modified it. Then Cloud Husky did some ads and did some cheek floof and some stuff, and so it's a mishmash of a whole bunch of different people. But yes, it's the very old Tosca model.
Acoustic Theory says, I recognize the style.
Yep. Yep, the old Tosca. There's a new one now, which I also use. Actually, I can switch. I can do that right now. I can switch.
You can do it live?
I could switch to the new Tosca model.
Oh, I want to see this happen.
Yeah, well, it's new-ish, but let's see.
Yeah, I can't wait to see this.
Ooh, see this is the fancy
photorealistic.
Tosca model.
Look at you.
Yeah, it's a little bit more high definition.
You can do the bedroom eyes.
Yes, I can do the bedroom eyes. Ooh.
Oh. I wish my character could do bedroom eyes. It's just like, man, you know what I want? I want you to come over when it's like late October, early October, when it's like 55 degrees outside. We can leave the bedroom windows open so the room gets really, really cold. And I got a weighted blanket, and you can get under the weighted blanket for me. And then you know what? You could smell my nocturnal emissions all night long. I fart
the windows
like I fart like the methane escaping from the dead people inside the cement ship.
Oh man.
Codex Gator.
Oh, I know who that is.
Who's? I've heard of Codex Gator. They're not Popufur, are they?
Yeah, they've been. Yeah.
So if I know of them,
very, probably they have a very toony, gator. It looks like very Disney-esque. It's like professional, like suit.
oh, they got a suit.
Very,
Okay.
yeah, they got a suit. It's very toony. It's really, really good. They also have amazing avatars.
Awesome. I did not know that. Codex Gator says, where's my happy thing? Sorry for the belching. It's just gin combined with seltzer water. I used to have this move back at conventions back in the day. I called it the Cruiser.
The Cruiser.
Yeah. Oh, man. Dude, I'm dropping Adam's mark on you. So,
this is going back way back.
So what I'd do is I'd get a can of Sprite from the vending machine, and you drink half the can of Sprite, and then you go to a room party, and just every single room party has a handle of vodka in it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And you find the vodka, and you just fill your soda can back up to the top. So now you got half and half vodka and Sprite, and you just cruise down the hallway with that, John.
Why have I never done this?
The Cruiser.
The Cruiser. That's a good idea.
Yeah. God damn. I can't drink like I used to. Like, but I don't know. Man, I'm looking forward to Philadelphia. But anyway, Codex Gator, generous $50 donation to Nick's.
Dude, Codex. Thank you.
We just got a 2024 Honda HR-V. Why'd you buy that? You gave $50, but why'd you buy an HR-V? It's like a CR-V, but it's like the tiny little thing right there. Getting the angry face on you. But you helped Nick out, so awesome. Thank you. Maybe something like a CR-V would be good for Nick. Good luck, guys. Thank you, Codex Gator. Yeah, like a CR-V, good. If a CR-V is if a Toyota RAV4 is 100%, a CR-V is like 95. But I'm just looking at this Toyota Camry right now in Lebanon, PA. I can be there in 45 minutes. Toyota Camry, 2009 automatic. He changed the transmission oil, filter, new tires. This is serpentine belt, very clean. New spark plug, ignition coil. I speak Spanish too. I like this guy's. I know I'm weird. I'm judging the cars, but I like this guy's hands. His hands, and I mean this as a compliment, Cooper. This guy's hands look like your hands. This guy works on his car.
Works on his cars.
Yeah. He has good taste. He knows what's run. His name's William Beltran. You know, he could be Spanish, or he's worked in an industry that he's just fluent in it.
Like he just picks up everything.
Yeah. Like, I know I've been drinking all night, but this sort of thing right here could be the ticket.
Yeah, yeah.
But we don't know how many miles are on it.
I didn't all that. He didn't post the mileage,
right?
Now, it's one of those things that's super clean, but also there's no postage of the mileage, which probably means it's really high.
Yeah.
And then also he said that he did the transmission and the fluid on it, which is really something you would do to a high mileage car.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, maybe it's like slipping or shifting hard, and he tried to fix it. And now he's just like, that didn't do it. I'm just going to let this thing go. It's like, like, because whenever I see something like that, where it's like, oh, I did the pan and I did the filter. And it's like, usually you don't really do that stuff until the transmission's got problems, kind of thing. So that could be, I mean, or he just totally likes to be on top of things, you don't know.
Don't know. Yeah, that's tough, isn't it? like buying used cars in that 5,000 to 6,000 range, everything is LA noir with figuring out who's lying.
Yeah. Because it's not like it's where it's cheap, don't worry about it. If it's a piece of crap and you get like a month out of it, you can chuck it. It's like,
Yeah.
no, that's a decent chunk of change. And then if they're asking that kind of money, it could be a fairly decent car that's actually just kind of old. Or,
Yeah.
they're trying to pull a fast one. It's like, yeah, it's a toss-up.
Yeah. And once you go to a $10,000 used car,
Oh, you gotta be everything. You look at everything, check everything, do Autofacts, do everything.
yeah, you've moved down into an upper echelon of how did we get to gowns? What is this?
Thank you for donating money. We're gonna get Roman into a very beautiful gown, very reliable.
Charles Butt says, I take it we're not interested in Subarus. That's correct. For $5,000, you're buying a Subaru with 95,000 miles or 195,000 miles and it's head gasket city.
Yep.
Yeah.
My parents' Forester right now, it looks good, and the subframe on the inside is rotting away for some reason. Like, the other side, the left side's completely fine, just the passenger side. It's the weirdest thing. So I'm going to have to fix that soon, too. I have to change the subframe on that. And if you're changing the subframe, you might as well do the control arms. If you're doing the control arms, you might as well do the CV joint. It's like,
yeah.
But it runs good, and we're just going to keep doing it until it does its little head gasket trick.
What are we looking at? What is this? It's a video. Black dress, $200. All right, wait. We got to pause this video. Okay. We got blank walls going on here. We've got the smart TV just balanced on the armoire.
Oh, my God.
We've got a wireless video game controller on the floor. The bed has no fitted sheet on it, nothing. Bare mattress. We got the boob light up top. Let me press play on this video again.
Oh, my God.
We've got random pieces of cellophane or a vacuum pack. That's probably where the dress came out of.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yep.
She's dancing a little bit for us with her black dress. I like her hair. Her hair is nice.
Dirty rug.
All right. Women's plus size 18 wide black ball gown prom press from David's Bridal. This shot right here going through, she's framed by the windowsill in the wide angle mode of whatever phone you're using to take this picture. This is like a Screw picture right here.
Oh, yeah. Like
Yeah.
Cursed photo.
Staring right down the barrel of the lens, undershot. I like her. I like her style.
Nice.
Getting 200. Oh shit! Grabbing the tits just in the front of it. I hope we don't get taken down from YouTube.
Oh no,
for this.
We're getting into some risque situations here.
All right, blue gold dress, no head.
Oh.
Wait, just what's with the Lamborghini? Is that an Aventador? No, that's a guy. Is that a Gallardo or is that an Aventador?
It's an expensive. That's what it is.
Yeah. Joss the Venar says, I don't know about cars, but this is great. Thank you. Jeffrey VO says, Roman should get a Volvo 850. All right. Yes, 5-cylinder, fantastic, great. You will have to do repairs. You will have to do some, it's fantastic. Also, the one you reviewed in San Marcos, Texas at Harris Hill saved my life in December 2019. Cheers, gents. Is this Jeff? Is this the guy whose Volvo the sedan, the 850 sedan? You're the guy we filmed your car on the racetrack? Did you get into an accident and you just walked away because of the Volvo? If so, great. Oh, Spiral got back. Said late, but speaking as the Blue Raptor. Sublime. Okay. Sublime from Anthrocon 2022 in full partial. I don't know what full partial means. Either it's a full suit or it's a partial. It was a wholesome moment, but it made my day.
Oh, that's nice.
I wasn't there 22. I mean, 23 was my first reintroduction to AC. I had a fantastic time. So Sublime. I mean, you could send me a DM with a picture, and I'll look at it later.
Yeah, it's always tough because it's like there's so many people in the fandom, and it's like I love meeting everybody. Then like sometimes I just can't remember. Like my brain cannot store all this information.
Right? You only have so many people in your life you can remember. Common Senseless, again, coming back with a generous donation. We're going to wrap this up. I want to get to bed before midnight. Gotta say goodnight. You streaming tomorrow too? The answer is no. We're done. This is the last day to donate to Nick, to Nick's car fund. Tomorrow, I just go back to edit. I have to do my accounting for the month. Tomorrow's the 1st of August, so I do my accounting for the month of July. And on that note, Cooper.
Yes.
Since you do so much content, you have YouTube and everything else, are you an S-Corp?
I have no idea what it is, so apparently not.
You're not a registered business.
No.
You're a content creator, though, right?
Yeah, I make stuff.
We should talk later.
I just make things because I make them. I don't know. I have a Ko-fi. That's it. That's the only thing I have.
Okay.
And I get some money from Twitch once in a while when it
Good.
reaches the limit, and it makes my taxes confusing. But that's about it.
So from what I'm hearing, you make online content. You're an entertainer. You're a content creator, just like me.
Yeah, I guess.
And I'm not a tax expert, but I've been doing this for 9 years. Everything that you do, including cars and stuff, is related to you creating entertainment for people.
Yeah, I guess in
There
a
is
way. Yeah.
quite a bit of tax write-offs that you could be doing, that you could
Oh yeah, I don't.
turning this into a revenue source and also getting quite a few breaks. But I'm not a tax expert, but we'll talk about this in the future.
You're telling me this now? I've been doing this for 14 years, and you're telling me this now? I'm just kidding.
Anyway. Peisho Shan says, will you be checking your DMs? Thank you for reminding me. Let me go have a look at my direct messages on Twitter. It's Matto sent me a direct message, says, got a correct you. No, I'm not an owner operator yet. That comes later. The truck I showed you belongs to the company. Okay, that's fine. That's totally fine. That means you don't have to park it at your house, or I don't know, maybe you do. But yeah. Thank you for the, let's see, Steamwolf, Gel Dragon. Ooh, they got an AD too. Ooh. Howdy. Let me get sensuous voices for someone who has an AD account.
Someone has an AD account.
I wish I had a sensuous face for the bird. Howdy. I've been trying to catch the vlogs for the car shopping streams and wanted to reach out because I might have something y'all would be interested in. It is an '07 Honda Fit Sport my grandmother is trying to sell for $4,000 to cover some bills. Would be more than happy to send you pics and more info if y'all interested.
Ooh.
Oh, you're in Mississippi? Oh. But they did end it with ooh woo.
Ooh woo.
Can I look? Oh, I'm not showing this on. Okay, awesome. I'm looking at Gel Dragon and reading their descriptions. Sentient blob of goo in a spacesuit. We can't show the pictures, but how about I just read what's next to them?
Imagine that in your head for a minute.
Big goopy shark to end the week. One of those days where you feel colossal. Commission. Another great lass for the good lad. That's it. Shortens your stack. Bird. Kiki is feeling chatty. This sounds like Bob's Classy Lady or something in like Newark. That's the thing I love about furry porn. Like all the descriptions is like a cheesy strip joint.
It's like any of these could be a strip joint on Route 17.
Yeah. TT got more than she bargained for. We got to wrap this up, guys. Latch and Hall says, hi from Australia. Do you have any cars you'd like to review here? Of course. For Falcon Ute. And then roses are red, violets are blue. My VF Commodore goes VF Commodore or some other one. Southpaw doesn't have a question. Thank you, $3. Thank you for donating to Nick's sensible Japanese car review. And by the way, the picture we're looking at is Nick, myself, and Phil Hyun in New Zealand in front of his the Toyota V8, the 1UZ, his 1UZ swapped Miata, or rather, excuse me, since it's JDM, Eunice Roadster.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sounds way fancier that way. Put it like that.
This is one of my favorite photos. I'm at the Yingling Mansion for a party, and I'm just like fake talking to. They had just this mannequin set up, and I'm just like gesturing. Oh, and by the way, you see my bird costume right here? Do you think it's just normal that I'm into vests? No, in real life, I wear vests when I want to look nice. I still rock those stuff. What date is this from? 2013.
Rocking vests.
So you got to get on my level wearing vests. Sweater vests. Oh, this is an old photo. This is me after I got back from Alaska. I took a visit out to my friend Z out in Burbank, and we walked up to the top of the Hollywood sign. So there's me eating a Cliff Bar, pretending the Hollywood sign is overrated.
Nice.
I'm not a car guy, but I love your videos and talking cartoons. Thank you for your donation. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Mastermind with a generous donation of 10 says, reviewing a Nissan Frontier. I thought we did. I thought it was the one that the hood let go. And
my God.
Specifically the second gen, so I'm validating and believing I don't drive a hunk of junk. I think the Nissan Frontiers are fine. I mean, they're not the hard bodies. They're certainly not Toyota Tacomas, but they're an all right little truck. Nick is looking for appliances. I DM'd you about the CRZ. What are you thinking, Coopertom, about the CRZ?
No. It's I like the look of the CRZ, but with all the hybrid stuff in there, that's going to be a problem down the road, I think. If they made the CRZ as a regular little 4-speed, like a little 4-cylinder with a 5-speed in it, I'd be like totally yes, but with that whole the hybrid thing going on, I don't know. Like that, just batteries wearing out, and they're getting up there now. Even though they still look like fancy little new cars, they're actually kind of getting old.
What town is this? Again with the Dutch angles. What is people? They can't take a straight photo.
Makes it exciting.
2013 Honda CR-Z EX Coupe in Carteret, New Jersey. It's
Carteret, yeah.
Woodbridge Township. Oh, okay, that's North Jersey. Okay,
yeah, it's near the Turnpike.
Ugh, aftermarket spoiler. Look at that thing. They want 5,000 even with 137,000 miles.
I mean, I guess that's okay, but nah, it's too much going on with that thing.
He cleaned the interior. Can this guy not take a level photograph? Who is this guy? MCM Vest? And he's just making out with his girl right there. Awesome. It is 11:57 p.m. This has been a very good stream.
Yes, this was tons of fun. Thank you for having me on here tonight. It was really cool.
Thank you. I wouldn't have been able to do that. I wouldn't have been able to do this without you. Thank you so much, Coopertom, for hanging out. Miss you. Hope to see you at Philadelphia or something else.
I'll totally see you there.
Thank you to everybody for watching and being cool with regular bird hours, regular cat hours. This concludes the fundraiser for Nick's sensible Japanese car. We're going to do this in September once everything pays out.
Nice.
Latch and Hall says, reminds me of a Citroen. Oh, some French car. Still never got to drive a DS. I always wanted to. And there's nothing really else. Everybody, where can you find Coopertom? Where can people discover your content?
Yes, I mean, you can check me out on Twitter or X or whatever the heck the thing is called now, at the Coopertom, and I'm also on Twitch as just Coopertom, and you can also just find me on YouTube as
there he is,
Coopertom. That's where I am at.
Yep,
and I just do random live streams, and I just talk and chat. Pretty much, yeah. Talk about cars, talk about games, movies, anything really. So it's just whatever.
Who is Pee-wee?
Pee-wee Herman. He passed away today.
What?
Paul Rubens.
Paul Rubens is gone?
Yeah. I actually dressed up as Pee-wee in fursuit at Fur Fight 2009.
Oh,
and
wow.
I was running around doing Pee-wee impersonations and stuff.
Nice.
And so I reposted that stuff today, and people were like, "Oh, Pee-wee Furman," and I was like, "Oh yeah," but yeah, it's a shame. Guy was a legend.
Oh yeah, this is. I think I have to mute you here, but yeah, that full screen that's you in your interview set that I hope to be on someday.
Oh yeah, yep.
So you sold your Yugo. That's gone.
Yep, I sold the Yugo about 4 or 5 days ago, and I sold the Porsche, the black 82 Porsche, about 2 days ago. And it was just too much stuff, and I gotta pay some bills and things, and I'll have a little bit of money left over to go on a little trip or something like that. So it's bittersweet, but I'll have some fun.
Fuck yeah! Is that you were talking about those before? That's not Grand Am or Grand Am? No, that's a Beretta, isn't that? No, it's a Pontiac.
The Pontiac Grand Am, which is kind of like the Beretta.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gray doesn't have a question, but thank you so much for the $1. Evan doesn't have a question. Thanks for $4.99. It is 12 noon. Let's go out with Blockbuster. That's an awesome setup right there. Love that. So, for Coopertom and everybody else, for It's Matto and everybody else for helping Nick get into a new car, this has been a successful fundraiser. Thank you so much. I thank you. Coopertom thanks you. My desire to drink gin on camera thanks you. And thank you for being cool with us, just being birds and cats on here. Yeah. It's a nice deviation from just being car guys. Have a good night, guys. I hope this has been entertaining for you, and catch you out there in the future.
Good night.